old white guy, very trustworthy.
Exactly. All right, an old
What?
white guy said it was true. So
What?
It's gotta be true then.
yeah,
Are you
exactly.
serious?
Here for a
Oh,
moment.
Well,
and
not only was
go
he
with
old
your
and white,
own
but he was
convictions
rich.
And express your own beliefs instead of doing this sarcasm thing. Problematic pan. You
Sarcasm.
don't believe that, do you? I never heard anything less authentic.
But anyway, though.
And you're white meme.
But anyway, though, Lauren Southern
don't
provides
fucking
content
care,
for
dude. I
every
don't
little
care.
cretin on this
People are
website.
fucking-
Who
I
would
don't care.
vouch? Who would vouch?
I don't care.
What would
I
vouch
don't
talk
care.
about?
Shut
What
up.
would
I don't
you or
care.
Destiny or Relevant? You people have nothing to talk about. You need people like Lauren
Shut up.
Southern to give you something to fucking talk about.
I like talking about.
You have no fucking
Rather-
content.
Okay. Guys, welcome to the Chaoscast. This is where I ask the most important questions in the world. And as you all know, today's topic is growing meat from your own DNA. Some people made a joke about that, but I guess it's a possibility. So the first question I have is, eating lab meat, especially if it's like grown from your own DNA, is it cannibalism? And I guess we can just like start off. People can like introduce themselves and give their take or whatever, or yes or no, whatever you want to do. So, Aiko, did you want to go first?
Sure. It is eating your own DNA meat, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, sorry. I was just trying to put people on the screen. I guess.
Is Aiko dead quiet to anyone else?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is. So if you crank her up to 200% in the Discord call, I think she's more hearable or louder.
Oh, I got that.
Better.
I don't
could
need tech support. I got the
I
200%. She's still dead quiet.
Yeah, she's
Just
still
don't
firing
speak over
everybody
her.
else.
We'll be okay.
Yeah, just,
We'll deal with it.
I can't hear a fucking thing she's saying, bro.
Yeah, that's a debate
Okay.
tactic.
Hold on.
so
You go. Someone else go.
Yes. 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 Azron, would you like to go first?
sure, I will go first.
Okay.
My name is Azron. I'm not a streamer. I'm just some guy. I think that it really depends on how the meat is grown and synthesized. If it's like a literal like 1-to-1 genetic copy of your own flesh, then yeah, it's cannibalism, and it's probably not a good not good if you eat that. It probably is still cannibalism if it's like still human flesh, or if they tweak the genomes so that maybe you don't get sick when you eat it, or something like that. It's probably still considered cannibalism, but it's probably less of a bad thing. That's my take.
Because of genes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jangles. Oh, sorry.
Never mind. Shit. Sorry. Stoned. Carry on.
No,
I'm
it's cool.
so
It's
sorry.
cool. It's cool. Aiko, this is very chill, very relaxed panel. Jangles, why don't you go next?
All right, hello everyone. My name is Justin. I'm with JanglesScienceLad. JanglesScienceLad on the internet. I can't even pronounce my own name correctly. We're off to a great start. I'm really worried about the implications that if you consume human tissue, it's cannibalism, because that's a really good Thursday night for me. I'm consuming some human tissue. I gotta work for it, but I consume some human tissue. So I think when we're talking,
What are you talking about?
I'm married, and sometimes you gotta.
You're munching dick or eating pussy?
I'm doing one of those
We're
things.
adults. We don't need innuendo.
Okay, so yeah, I'm swallowing some human tissue on a
Thank
good
you.
night. Yeah, and
Maybe an egg or two in there for good measure. You never know. If
yeah,
you're,
so
if you're a man like me, it doesn't stop once a month.
I don't
We
know.
keep going.
Oh well, I don't have to worry about once a month. All right, it's the dick side of things. But if consuming that human tissue is cannibalism, I'm really concerned, because that's such a big part of my life, and I don't consider myself a cannibal. So I want to know like how anyone could think that if you grow external meat in a vat in a petri dish, and then it becomes tissue that you can then consume. I just don't see it. I don't think it can.
Are you a science type guy?
I'm a science type guy. I'm a science lad.
What gives you? Let's hear the credentials. Am I talking to a PhD, a fellow PhD?
Oh, you're a fellow PhD. Well, I think we should let everyone else introduce themselves first.
No, it's
before we
fine.
play that game.
Start us
So,
going.
I think-
Well,
permission to
I
interrupt.
did not give you explicit information sorry, permission
I'll
to
finish
interrupt.
your
Okay.
sentence for you.
Yeah,
You gave
no.
me explicit
Oh
permission.
my God.
Why is the username Science
It's already
Lad?
starting. It's
You
already
are.
starting.
You are. Yeah, it's already happened.
Okay,
Why is
let's
the username
move on.
Science Lad?
I think Nate should go next.
It's part
Yeah,
of his
Nate.
introduction. His username. Oh, I'm Science Lad. Oh, why do they call you Science Lad?
Wait, Stardust, is
God.
this better?
Why do
Yeah.
they call you Science Lad?
Because I'm a fraud. Okay.
Is this good, everyone?
Yeah.
Just
On my
wanna
own.
check.
I just want
I
Be
can hear
sensitive
you.
about it. Don't bring it up.
Resolution.
Come on.
That's fine.
Don't bring it up. Come on. All right, let me cut in here real fast. Real short. I'm Natesuede. You can follow me on Twitter at Natesuede, or you can follow me on YouTube at the Lakeview, which is where I make my shit take and shit posting videos. And I'll be streaming soon, but I'm not gonna announce the name of the stream yet. So anyway, it's short answer. Yes, it is cannibalism.
Okay.
And that's a social good. It's a social good. But we'll get to
Oh,
that
okay.
later. But yes,
Oh.
it is. Yeah.
What the
Mm.
fuck?
Okay,
I
problematic
got a PhD in
pan.
anthropology. All right, I know what I'm talking
This
about.
man probably wrote notes.
Yeah. So I'm Problematic Pan. You can follow me on Twitch and on Twitter. I haven't done any streaming yet, but I hope to in the future. My take is that it completely depends. Are you growing an entire human and then cutting the meat off of it, or are you just growing like a leg individually? Because I'm not willing to give
Just the leg individually.
Oh, well, then I'm not going to give status to something that was never alive, right? Sure, it might be like muscle and tissue, but I mean, I don't think we can consider it cannibalism. I think cannibalism requires you to actually be eating someone with personhood. And I wouldn't ascribe personhood to a leg grown in a vat.
Bro, you're creepy.
agree.
RJ.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. Look, the first thing that you're going to have to be aware of on this panel is you don't want to listen to anybody that's going to say something like, it depends. Like, oh, it depends. It's a simple yes or no question. I think in this one, Nate is incorrect. It's definitely not cannibalism. And, you know, if you think it is cannibalism, I think you're ultimately kind of lost. You've fallen into kind of an inauthentic way of like just thinking about human beings and what you can do in your capacity. So ultimately, we're going to have to hash that out later, but my name is RJ. I stream at twitch.tv/RJca. And yeah, thanks for having me yet again.
Wildman?
You're not gonna introduce yourself, Stardust?
Oh, wait. You guests go first. I'm irrelevant, so.
Okay. Well, you guys are talking about you guys. The way you guys are thinking about this is if you can disembody the body is perverted. The way you guys are turning this into something that you yourself can't measure, whether it's a question of DNA and genes. Can you taste genes? You're eating a person, and the very question is needs some context, okay? What's the context? Am I going to a restaurant and seeking this out, or is the person who designed this question the real pervert, Stardust?
Oh, wow.
That you would even conceive of the human body as food categorically. Is the human body like the flesh of any other animal? Is the human body like bounty of vegetables and fruit that we receive at each harvest? How can you call the human body food in the first place? So really, the fact that you destroy that sacrosanct category of the body and turn it into something apart from itself is disgusting. And then it's really perverted the way Problematic Pan talks about it. Oh, if it's just a leg, if it's just a leg. Oh, if it's just an organ, if it's just a heart, if it's just a brain, that's a body. You can't say, maybe you just take a little bite. Just one bite. It wouldn't hurt. It's not cannibalism. I don't know what it is, but it's perverted. That's what it is.
Wait, Wildman, did you say you couldn't taste genes?
You can't taste genes. You
Really?
taste proteins and lipids and all the other things that science.
Yeah, you can taste those. We can't.
Oh,
That's
we
kinda
love science, genes.
Xath, did you want to go?
You can't measure
I'm-
genes, bro. Do you have taste buds for genes?
Yeah. Doesn't
No,
everyone
you don't
else?
have taste buds for genes.
Let's
I
let
think-
let's
You don't
let
even
Xath
know if
go.
genes are real. Some Mandel motherfucker turns peas yellow, and you learn about that in freshman biology, and you're like, I guess the whole world is genes. I guess I'm my genes. I guess we should.
I think
Let's
yellow
finish
peas
your
is like
introduction.
corn, isn't it?
You know,
Yeah, anyway,
Wildman,
let's
I've
move
had
on.
enough of you. Okay, first you slandered me. Okay, so you can shut up now. Okay,
You're not a pervert. Oh,
I'm
you're
not a pervert.
I
I'm
guess
not.
it's
You
news to
slandered
me,
the
it's news to
slander,
chat, it's
and you
news
will
to-
be
news to
hearing
everyone on
from
Earth,
my
including
lawyer.
Your dad, whose dick you saw.
I did see my dad's
You
dick,
saw your
and
dad's dick.
I did.
Let's get that out there at the top because you love to bring it up.
Yes,
Who
I
hasn't
did.
This
seen her
topic
dad
came
dick?
up.
I saw
Come
my
on.
dad's dick. I did. I'm sorry, Xath.
Happens.
It's a
It
long
happens,
story.
but to bring it up again and again and again, day after day after day.
I have to
that
tell
doesn't
people.
You brought it
You're
up,
bringing it up.
right?
I have to tell people.
Mentioning of it does not happen.
I think it's on your
That's
mind.
forceful. That's purposeful.
Yeah.
There's something
I didn't
going
even
on
bring
there.
up my
We'll
dad's
talk
stick.
about
I've been
that
trying to
next.
forget
Why
about my
is it
dad's
you bring
stick.
that up?
I've been trying to forget about it, okay? And you were the one who brought it up. So you're the one
True.
who's
Yeah.
Today, I'm the one who brought it up
Bring us much
today.
trauma, dude.
This
It's not
hour.
perverted for him to think about your dad's dick. Right, that's
Weird.
completely fine.
Yeah, it is completely fine for me. A grown
Is
man
that-
to think about another grown man's dick.
Okay, shut up.
True.
Okay, sorry.
Wow,
Xath,
shut up.
would you like to go?
Sure, I am Xath. You can find me on twitch.tv/XaTheRETH. I play video games sometimes, and I'm not good at it, but it's fine.
What video games do you play?
I think that yes, it's cannibalism, but I think that it's ethical cannibalism.
Okay, and last but not least, Aiko.
Hello. Is this okay?
Yeah, I can hear
You're
you.
fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Cool. I asked chat to tell me what my take was because I had one, but I forgot it. I even I mean technically it's cannibalism either way because if it's human, the real question is like, will you get the brain disease or whatever it is? I don't know why
Prions.
that happens.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Right.
Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, I'm AikoRulz, by the way. I'm very stoned. Okay, we had a rough stream so far, but happy to hear. Happy to be here and see all of you. Peace and love. Okay, cool. That's it.
Hell yeah. It was a rough start for me too. My mic is not working. I still have it in front of me, even though it's not working. But we're doing what we can. So, okay, I guess we'll just open it up. If you guys want to talk about it, one of my questions was
Get
also
academic about it.
okay. All right. Go
I
ahead,
think
Wow.
if you want to. Are you a professional in cannibalism?
Yeah, what are your credentials, Wildman?
Making your ass look like a fool. We can start with that.
I didn't claim that I wasn't a
That's
fool.
my specialty, all right? You have questions on that. That's my master's degree.
Why is your name Science Lad?
Because I have a master's degree in making myself look like
Ooh,
an
a
ass.
master's
And
degree.
asses,
One more year.
asses are made of meat. Asses are made
That's
of meat,
true.
which makes
Got
me
an
an
extra
expert in
year.
this. Okay.
So we'll open it
by
up.
the way-
Why do you guys think it's okay to one say it's okay to eat human flesh, and two
what is the
talk
what
about
is
it
the
so-
central ethical?
go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say,
We're on your
what is
time.
the central ethical dilemma of cannibalism? What is the central ethical dilemma of cannibalism to you?
Well, I have a PhD in culture studies, and I would say that the number one thing is if you reject cannibalism, then you're categorically a racist, because white people have traditionally used cannibalism as a way to disparage savages or natives or lesser, cultures. So if you're not willing to partake in what's just another human tradition, just another way of living in the world, you're essentially saying, I am a racist. I am white, and I hate
This
any
makes a
culture is
lot
not
of
like
sense
mine.
now, doesn't it?
So, like, if
Makes
you're
a lot of
white,
sense
okay,
now,
listen,
doesn't it?
Civilization
Makes a lot of sense.
It's an
Listen to
objection.
Talk
Don't
about
say this is an
barbarians.
objection.
Listen to the most famous novel in the English language. Okay, Moby Dick. What is the main one of the main characters? Queequeg. Okay, he's friends with Ishmael. What is he in the book? What did Herman Melville deign to make him? Oh, a cannibal with filed teeth, so he could eat the people wherever he was from. That was how white people used
That's
to
just
sell literature back in
practical.
the day. Yeah, so it's basically a marketing ploy. It's like if you're not, you might not like the taste of human, but and get used to it because you're probably going to be eating people in the near future with global warming. But if you have a moral qualm with it, you're just saying I'm racist, as far as I'm concerned.
In
So
your
wait, let me get that
opinion,
straight.
I think Wildman was
say that we're,
doing a racism on me. I feel like I got
When?
hate crimed. You
I don't
hate
think
crime me.
it's on
You
you.
hate crime
when
me.
did I say anything about you?
You hate crime me in the very beginning. You said I was a pervert.
You are.
Oh, that's
pervert.
not racist.
Oh
I have a
my
question
God.
For the PhD. I have a question for
I'm
the
the
PhD.
pervert.
Like,
I'm the
okay,
pervert.
really, really, are there peoples out there in the world who eat other people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they?
They're on this panel.
Papua New
Yeah.
Guinea, and you know, well, man, I'm surprised.
Look,
'cause
it's-
if you don't remember, we both went to the University of Chicago at the same time. You were doing your PhD in anthropology. I was doing mine in culture studies. And I'm surprised you don't remember me because I was like literally across the department from you.
Double PhD actually, anthropology and microbiology, which makes me particularly well suited to comment on this COVID nonsense. But anyways, that could be another panel topic. But where are these motherfuckers?
Jangles, I see you
Where are they
thinking.
at?
Huh? What?
He's retracting.
What? Huh?
You know, I find it like really bizarre that all these we're immediately jumping into like, are these people fucking existent somewhere, or like, what is the main ethical problem of cannibalism? It's like the ethical problem is something people aren't even really equipped to ask yet, right? Because nobody's even asked like what cannibalism is really about. It's like eating other people. It's like, well, what are other people? You know, does this just mean like eating skin?
Flesh
Is it-
bags.
like, does somebody have to die? Does there have to be a person that dies? Like, nobody's even asked like, what is the actual human being like?
You're
What,
I think it's just
what's
all
what's it mean to be a
just
human
grown
being? And like,
flesh.
can you eat something like that? Like, I don't think that you can. Like, a human being is kind of like this whole richness of experience that just can't be grown in a lab. So it's like it's nonsense, frankly. And there's no
That's what
ethical
I- that's
question
why I
to
was
it.
like,
Are you,
my
are you like
point
referring to culture and stuff? Like
No,
human
that's
culture?
what I was bringing my.
No,
my
he's-
point up
he's
earlier.
referring to
Like, at what point
consciousness.
does
Oh,
human tissue
consciousness.
become cannibalism?
I'm not referring
What,
to
Um,
what
consciousness.
degree of human tissue can you consume and it be ethical? 'Cause
Aiko
again,
wants to
there's
answer.
the
We
19
haven't even grounded our moral axioms, okay?
No, you know
But
what?
we
That's
are grinding
We
human
have to
meat.
go
I did that
read
this morning,
on
Aiko.
the
We're good.
Oxford
What moral axioms?
No,
We're not
Aiko's
at the
right.
ethical
Let's-
question list.
How
Aiko's
do you
right.
know
Let's
that
let's
it's
grind our
bad?
axioms.
What?
I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
I
How
Aiko.
is that?
What did you say, Aiko? I'm sorry.
Oh, we have to go read Kant at the, our local library for 6 months at least before we become political representatives. Because otherwise, how do we know what's, bad to do?
This is true.
We can't trust ourselves unless you can afford to go to college, in which case
I don't have a library
You can do
card.
that.
Could you
That
please
sounds
explain
safe.
to me the Kantian system and how it relates to cannibalism?
I mean,
No.
like we can't even begin to address ethics until we read at least 6 months of Kant.
Have you?
6 months.
No, that's
Wow.
why I'm not qualified to do this, but I'm saying
Only
very
5 months.
specifically.
Yeah, got a month left.
Wait,
I'm-
so your position is to come on this panel and say we need to read Kant for 6 months, and you haven't. And so what's the positive contribution here? I'm struggling to find a picture.
I can't be on this panel for 6 months. I'm just saying.
sorry. I'm referring to old memes. There is a person that pops up here and there throughout the Twitch world named Rem, who is absolutely unbearable and
I love Rem.
morally
He's actually a Canadian genius. Hold on.
Yeah, I love
one
that
thing.
guy.
Like the thing
Rem-
about
Rem's
Kant
a
is we
smart
can't,
guy.
we can't use Kant in cannibalism because like he's the last guy. Like he spent his whole life studying like monads instead of like studying gonads, and so he probably has nothing to say about like cannibalism at all.
I don't know how Rem does it. But he's always right.
What?
He's
Okay,
always
well,
right, dude.
We're getting off the topic of
Okay,
cannibalism.
that's true. That's true. My
So
apologies.
we're getting out the topic here, all right? Let's talk about eating
Yeah.
human tissue.
Yeah, if your
And how
neighbor's if you get your
unproblematic.
neighbor's wife's DNA, right, and you grow
Mhm.
like a piece of meat off of her DNA, is there anything wrong with it? Does she own that?
So-
like
The question would be whether or not she consented to giving the sample to create the tissue in the first place.
well,
If
she just
she,
left it.
like-
Let's say she left it one day at your
There's
house.
He was
DNA in your
discarded.
fart.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
what
this
is
is-
the thing to smell
just
your
like
farts?
It might come down to
DNA.
This is a
intellectual
standard-
property laws.
Whoa,
This
whoa,
is a
okay,
standard
whoa,
fair
too many
use
people
case.
talking.
Wait,
I got
wait,
it.
yeah.
Lost the plot.
Fair use.
Start.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah,
repeat
yeah.
the question?
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, and I want to let Xath speak after I repeat it. Okay, so let's say your neighbor's wife left like some hair or something at your house, right? So technically, it's abandoned DNA or whatever, right? And so you take it and you grow a piece of meat, right? With her DNA. Is there anything wrong with it? Like she abandoned it, so I mean,
Yeah, if it's discarded, I think that's. Oh, sorry. I meant to write that.
Perverted.
sorry. Xath, you want to go?
I think that it would not be ethical because the person did not give permission, and that if you develop that like slab of meat from that person, it's technically like them. So
Yeah,
I
but-
don't think that is ethical. But if you get permission, I don't think that there's any problem with it at all.
Okay, there is a problem.
fucking
First of all, I
chow
object to
down,
the
slap
fact
it
that
on
we're
the
calling
grill,
it slabs of meat.
barbecue
Another woman
sauce.
slabs of meat. Second of all, yeah, the problem is that even if you do get consent, instead of being one pervert, you have two perverts. Why would someone ever say, go ahead, grow some meat that has an essence of me in it and eat it? And I want to say what JanglesScience said,
Yummy.
or I think it was.
If
I think
you
it was
if you had the
RJ.
chance to
RJ
like
was
eat a
saying-
piece of yourself, you're saying
Hold
you
on.
wouldn't want to do
I
it?
would do it.
Of course not,
Yeah.
bro. RJ was saying like, oh, you know, what is the body? Like, what constitutes the body? And if we take this little thing, is it even a body at all? It doesn't have all the magical characteristics of a body.
Well, man, like you
That's
can't
true.
seriously sit
That's
here
true.
and pretend like your body is the essence of who you are. Like
Right,
you are
and I agree
fundamentally
with you.
this
Let's
rich
work off that.
experience of the world, and you
Yes.
experience your culture and art
Exactly.
and all these things. These things cannot be reduced
Yes,
to
you're right.
material.
You're right, but
But-
you're absolutely right. Okay, what you're saying is that a body, a human being, is more than flesh. And if we create a flesh in this sterile lab setting, could it really be called a body or a human? I say absolutely not. What it is a fetishistic object of a human. It's taking a piece of a human and elevating it to embody all those magical
Do
characteristics.
you fetishize a
into
cow
a piece
before
of
you
flesh,
eat
just
it?
in the same way that you might
I do, a little
fetishize.
bit.
Okay,
anything
now,
else.
now hold on, hold on.
You might
Just
fetishize
a
a woman.
Everybody,
A woman
everybody.
that contains some type of
So-
essence of the woman. So do you fetishize this flesh? It's
Wild man,
perverted.
all right, wild man.
Oh my
I
god.
can help us, all right? Wild man is right in a way, okay? But we're not having the same conversation because yes, it is unethical to steal your neighbor's wife's DNA and then eat it.
Whoa, it's
The
not
issue
stealing though.
here, the issue here, it's not cannibalism, it's intellectual property theft.
Mhm.
All right?
Yeah,
So
well,
that's the real
It's
issue. Because what
actually
is- what is
standard fair
intellectual-
use. No,
what
no,
is
no, no.
intellectual
It's a
property?
standard fair use case. As long as you change her DNA a little bit, do a little DNA splicing, add some condiments, I think it's fair game.
Okay, now
That's
that
the logic of intellectual
Gotcha.
property. You don't
well, that
fuck with
was the question. It wasn't.
Disney. I'm making
That
my
was
own
the
Mickey
question,
Mouse.
wasn't, all right?
Coming out next
If you
year, I
add-
need my
if
own
you-
Mickey Mouse, and he's in Star Wars. It's Mickey in Star Wars, and I'm not paying a dime in royalties.
Hold on, now, that's a good question. but that
Bugs
wasn't the
Bunny and
question,
Mickey
right?
need to be in the same movie. What the fuck? LeBron
Well, man.
James gets to meet
Well,
Bugs
man.
Bunny, but
Disney,
Mickey
so I
Mouse
think they could
never
do
meets
that.
Bugs Bunny? How is it that Toon
Well,
World
man,
and
talked about-
wherever
well,
the
man,
fuck
wait,
Mickey
okay.
Mouse lives, how do
Well,
they
man,
not
you've
visited
talked
each
enough,
other
all right?
yet?
Well, man, you've talked about a problematic Pam did Green bring up a good point, but that wasn't the question, right? If you add condiments, add seasoning, if you sear the meat in a certain way, yes, that's significantly changing it, but that's not what the question was. The question was if you just take that DNA. Now that is intellectual property theft, because what is intellectual property? It's things that came from your mind. What is your mind made of? It's made of your brain. What is your brain made of? It's made of your
Intellect.
DNA. All right, so that's the question we're really asking here: is it intellectual property theft? I think the answer is unequivocally.
Bro,
yes,
you
all right?
lost me a minute ago, and if you keep talking the way you're talking, you're gonna lose your fucking own mind, bro. You gotta stop smelling your own farts.
Well, I
That
can't
doesn't make
lose.
any fucking
Wait, if I lose
sense
my
at
own
all.
mind, it will be intellectual property theft if you were to pick it up. That's what I'm arguing.
Next, let's see what someone else has to say. Maybe someone else can string two sentences together and make it make sense.
It would make one person out of this panel. Yes.
Anyone?
Well, I
Exactly.
mean, I don't
If
see.
no one's gonna fucking talk. Like we got two,
we
two
could all-
people like jerking off here. Like somebody's talking
Come on,
about like
RJ,
how like oh the body is like
Whoa,
fetishistic stuff.
RJ,
And
whoa,
somebody's talking
whoa,
about how this is like
whoa.
like, it's enough. It's enough of
Go
this
ahead and
kind
tell
of
us
shit.
logically how
What?
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, logically, like as if this is gonna make your fucking argument about like fetishistic. Like, how lost do you have to be to think that like, oh, if I identify human beings, what a human being is with a body, that the essence is like in some kind of a body, in some kind of sacrosanct way. Like, how doomed are you to fail to see the richness of your experience? Like, how sad and shallow is that
You, when
life
you see a
experience
crucifix and you
when
think
you
it's just
go
a pretty
through the
cross,
world
bro.
and you see
There's more
nothing
to it.
but material things that are imbued with some kind of essence, as if the essence is anything other than your experience.
Bro, all objects are
Behind those eyes that you have.
all sorts of matter, bro, that goes beyond what you can measure. So you're saying, oh, we can measure, and there's no DNA, and then blah, blah, and it's a human being, we can measure it. I can't measure that. I can't
Yeah,
take
What are you
DNA,
talking about?
but I know what it means to be a human, and I'm not
In
eating.
what world does any of this shit have anything to do with the fuck I just said, man? Come on, keep
In
up.
the human world, where humans ascribe meaning to objects and people.
In the human world, you're
things
saying,
and
this is the world of like DNA is where the human essence is. Like you're the one that's lost in the fucking world of like fucking genetics, man. What the fuck are you talking
I am
about?
not. I don't
Does
even
anybody
believe
follow
in
this
genetics,
shit?
first of all.
I'm not really following. I think he's bouncing
guys,
between
if-
like.
Oh, sorry, yes. I wanted to cut in, give Azron his space here for a second.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I just had to get going. Actually, I gotta
Thank you
go.
for joining us.
Yeah,
Where are
sure.
you
I gotta
going?
like fry up some human steaks. So.
Where are you
see guys
going, bro?
later. I gotta fry up some human steaks. I got.
Where are you
dinner
really
party.
going, bro? To go lay down in your mattress and look at your phone?
I'll take mine
yeah.
medium rare.
Yeah.
Where are you
You're taking
going?
her coffee.
How many people have
I'm gonna go
cancer
right
tonight?
over there. Right there.
I mean, I was gonna. It was a little crowded in here, so I figured I'd like move a couple people around and all that. So, but I mean, hey, if you guys are cool with this number, then that's fine.
Oh, I'm cool with it. I can put
Yeah.
my human steak dinner on hold.
I think it's an ideal number. It's a
Okay,
platonic
all right,
number.
fine. All right, let's go with it. Let's keep everybody in here then. Okay. So, have we gotten to whether this is abortion yet?
You haven't
Not
It's
yet.
more of a
answered that.
philosophical question, which I think I know Wildman is kind of bouncing in between the science and the philosophy of the matter. I don't know where he's at.
Science and
Abortion?
philosophy, they're the same thing. What are you talking about, bro?
They're
This is
not
the
the
dumbest
same
question I've
thing.
ever heard.
Who are you?
Science is a
It's
parasitic,
bro.
derivative way of engaging with the world that philosophy is fundamentally prior to and fundamentally richer than. You can never compare philosophy and science. This is idiotic stuff.
Can you
True.
stop? Can
It's
you
true.
stop?
I'm upset that a PhD
book.
doesn't understand that.
Please, I'm sorry. At least just put things inside of whatever the fuck fluff that you were spinning.
What's
Wasn't
that?
fluff. He,
What
he
kind of
was
things?
grounding his axioms.
There were a lot of words and not there. You know, there was like
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Bread and like empty in the sandwich.
Yeah, we need to get some mayonnaise before we close the Wonder Bread.
I like to call
Right.
it word vomit.
No,
The entire point of this
mean,
conversation is figuring out what meat we can put in that sandwich. Right,
Well,
those are the grounded axioms.
That's a good question. No, it's a good question because it goes right to the hair question. Because if your neighbor's wife or whoever leaves the hair there, and you take it and clone it and turn it into meat or something, you're basically, and I've learned this from Twitch, you just increase utility because now you either fed yourself or you fed your neighbors. Maybe you fed the community at the community garden. You just fed neighbor meat.
How's my
to them,
mic,
right?
guys?
And so
Can
now
you
you've
hear me
increased
okay?
society's utility, and that's a social good. So however you increase utility is the best way to conduct all
Is it
affairs.
better
So
now?
I think
Yeah,
that
and I
this is
think
actually
that's.
just
I think society is leaning in that direction. Like you just said. Like, what do we call a big thick ass? All right, we call it cake. All right.
True.
Why are we intentionally using Why are we intentionally using like food language to describe like appealing like masses of what or essentially meat? All right. So society is already leaning to that. Like, what do
Yeah.
you do to a female genitalia? Like, you eat it. All right. This,
I like
this language
what-
already existed.
I like to quote Marie Antoinette when she said, "Let the people eat ass." You know, just
She actually didn't. Historically, she
inspiring.
didn't. It was that
Oh,
that was
really?
like made up. Yeah.
oh, okay.
You didn't say eat ass?
All of chat is telling me to hydrate now. Why the fuck are you guys telling me to hydrate?
Hydrate,
Stop.
everybody. You got your cup of water.
Stop it! Oh my god!
Everybody.
They're spamming hydrate again.
Well, there's a lot of salt in human meat, so if you're
I'm
going to be
gonna
eating it, you
fucking
should be
die,
drinking
dude.
a lot of water.
I don't know how
This
to
is just
swim.
responsible platforming.
All right. Listen. I got a question here. So if we're talking, you can start talking about utility. The utility of this, and like, oh, we're moving in this direction. We call ass cake nowadays. Like, you might say like this is evidence of like what society's doing now. What society is doing now, but like, how's all the things that society is doing now like good for us? Like, is society really working?
Well, there are
for,
like food
for a lot of people.
deserts.
Like, are we really going to look out at the world where there's like climate change and fucking COVID-19 and fucking like Republicans and and wild man and say like this society is really working for everybody? You know what I mean? Like, how can you possibly defend that? This
I can
seems
do
to
it right
me,
now.
it's-
I'm looking
it's-
at chat. Look how happy they are. Look, they posted little pictures, the little words. They love it. They're having
Nate,
they're
Nate,
laughing.
these people are sick. We live in a sick society. All right, we live in a society where nobody experiences what it's like to be a human being anymore. Nobody goes, I
What is it like to be a human
I recently moved, right? I'll tell you right now, I recently moved places where I'm in a new, like, fancy apartment that has a weird acoustic echo. So what that's like, so let me tell you, I rented a U-Haul on one day, and then 2 days I did like just moving, packing stuff, walking down. I only moved 2 blocks, so I walked it every day. Every day I was out in the streets. I was walking down. I was getting that exercise in. I was seeing the sights of the city, the same sights every time that I've known in this neighborhood. But the different people, and I got to be in the world with everybody else. And these people, they're just stuck in Twitch chat. They're stuck in Discord. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't make fun of Twitch
this is a
chat.
sickness. This is not.
What does this have to do with
Twitch chat's
cannibalism,
not
RJ?
sick.
RJ made a great point.
I want to go. No, I
RJ
want to
made
go
a
back to
great
the
point.
abortion thing.
For 3
No,
months.
hold on. RJ made a great point there. He just didn't make the point he thought he was making. If no one is actually a person, if all of us are just sitting at our our desks watching and just interacting through Twitch, and we're not experiencing that personhood, isn't it ethical then to take that person who has not experienced personhood because they just argue on Twitter all day? Isn't it ethical to eat them by your own logic?
Just because you have an inauthentic human experience does not mean that you don't have a human experience. It's just inauthentic. You haven't grappled with the real issues
What
at the
the
core
fuck
of your
does it
being.
mean to have an authentic human experience? Doesn't that just differ
take
from every person?
Responsibility for the concrete thrown experience that you have in the world that you can't escape.
Oh, so you're invalidating our
Take
experiences now. Is it
responsibility.
because we're women?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Talk about
Yeah.
riding a high horse, man.
Fucking
Jeez.
Wow.
about phenomenology and
Us
what, like,
femoids
fits
don't
into
have,
reality.
real human experiences.
Then leave it to a fucking moid over here to invalidate our experiences, okay? I don't appreciate it, RJ. And you can take your experience and you can shove it up your ass.
I debated you on mental health
With consent.
like
Oh,
2
God.
weeks ago. I sent you a 90-page book. I was like, here, just read this one book, and you'll get it. You still haven't read that book.
I haven't
That
read
is
the book because it's like
wonderful.
$40, right? So, yeah.
Wow, is $40 really that much for the modern American lifestyle? Oh, woe is me. I guess we need Bernie Sanders to come get everybody enough
No,
money so they can buy one fucking book.
I actually have
socialism
like
now.
a book list. I have
Free
like
time.
2 books I'm working on right now. So when I'm done with those, though, I will.
We need time to play.
I
Time
will
to
say, the idea that society has gone downhill. This question about cannibalism has gone on for a historically long amount of time. I mean, back in the early 1900s, there was this gentleman by the name of Jonathan Swift who had a very reasonable proposal about how to deal with the poor populations, which included human consumption. So I think that the idea that this is a new sickening of society, well, if society wasn't sick back then nothing's changed, and we should be able to eat meat just like they were.
Wow.
Was that an old white guy?
honest with yourself, bro.
We can trust who that person was, all right?
Yeah,
They
he's an old
obviously-
white guy, very trustworthy.
Exactly. All right, an
What?
old white guy said it was true. So
What?
It's gotta be true then.
yeah,
Are you
exactly.
serious?
Here for a
Oh,
moment.
Well,
and
not only was
think
he old and
your
white,
own
but he was
convictions
rich.
And express your own beliefs instead of doing this sarcasm thing. Problematic pan. You
Sarcasm.
don't believe that, do you? I've never heard anything less authentic.
I don't
All
know
of
what
us
you're
believe
talking about.
everything we're
Yeah,
saying.
I'm
Everybody's-
saying that you're trying to do a bit. One, you're not a funny person. You don't
I
have
know.
nothing about you screams charisma. Nothing about you makes me laugh except in a pitiful way. Two, you're reading something off Wikipedia to try to get a
Well,
zinger
don't
out
pretend that
there.
you're not also reading off of Wikipedia on a second monitor. We're all doing it, man. Come on.
Reading
No,
what?
fucking
I'm not
speak for
doing it.
yourself.
Listen,
I'm
man.
not
Straight off
either.
the
I'm
cuff.
looking
What
at
could I
myself.
possibly be reading?
I think that's a good question.
I'm just,
what have you
I'm,
ever
okay,
read?
honestly, I'm sorry, Problematic Pan. I just want everyone to be more authentic. Enough with the bits. I'm not doing a bit.
Who-
I think it's perverted to even ask the question of
Who gave
if we
you
grow-
the place
if
to
we
say
grow
what's
rap-
authentic
grow
or
rap-
inauthentic?
Yeah,
Who
I
gave you
mean,
that
I
with
right?
my own eyes
Considered a
and my
bit
own
at all.
ears. I can tell who's being authentic and who's not being authentic. And a lot of you are not being authentic, and it's leaving some other people.
When I was authentic, you
Wait.
call me a pervert. So I mean,
If-
maybe
That checks
this
out.
problem starts with you.
Yeah. If everyone on this panel
I'll
is
accept
inauthentic
you for who
except
you are.
you, I think you're the common denominator. I think you're the fake one here.
Fake.
Is that
I'm the
plant
least
behind
person
you
you've ever
even
fucking
real?
seen.
True. Is that plant behind you real?
I'm the most fucking real person on all of Twitch.
Well, I said you know what?
Sure.
I just ask the questions that come from my heart, and you call me a pervert for it.
Everything you say it with a smirk and a pause. Nothing you say is
So?
true from the heart. Unlike me, on my stream, everything's from the heart.
Let's not
Because I
make fun of
actually
people's
believe what I
dicks.
say. That's
Wait,
why
I
all
believe
all
in the
these
questions
people,
that I
they-
ask.
all
All
these
I'm
people,
doing
the
is
only reason they
seeking the
learn about
truth,
history
wild
is
man.
to try to
I am
fucking one-up
seeking the
somebody.
truth.
All right,
Try
so
to
Wild
speak
Man
the truth.
just
It's not what you
admitted.
know.
Wild Man just admitted that the things that he is producing come from his heart. The heart is an organ, all right? And he's putting it out for human consumption. And as he just pretends all that is cannibalism and perversion.
It's pretty
And yet he is
hypocritical.
putting these things out here for
What the
consumption.
fuck, bro?
Now, how
Leave
can
me
you look
alone.
at
Leave me
yourself,
the fuck alone.
Wild Man?
Oh shit, he left.
He couldn't deal with the truth.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I be my authentic self when I ask these questions about
Yep.
whether eating lab-grown meat that's grown off of your own DNA is cannibalism, and he thinks I'm a pervert. So what does that get me? What does being authentic get me? Gets me being called a pervert by some random guy on the internet.
It's especially
Artist.
upsetting because I'm an actual pervert, and when people just throw that label around, all
Yeah,
right,
and you don't want to be
that's stating
associated
my
with me, huh?
identity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to
see.
be associated with you, all right? That's my identity.
Wait a minute,
not
bro.
yours.
Can everyone just relax? Everyone who's watching at home, make sure
We're
you're
chill.
cozy. You know, make sure you're cozy. Find a nice place to snuggle. Get a blanket. Grab a nice drink. Maybe have a smoke. Get some
Drink
snacks.
water.
Get some snacks.
You know what,
to
Nate?
say that I'm a random guy. I'm not a random guy. I'm a tier 1 gift sub.
Okay.
I have a
Yeah,
gift sub
that's
that
true.
has 27 days left on it. So to say I'm a random guy, I've watched your stream enough. I'm not a random person.
Fair
Now-
enough.
now-
Fair
you
enough.
should
I'm
let-
sorry. I
You more than
apologize.
with
I
your family and
apologize.
friends.
But I apologize. I apologize.
You've spent more time having conversations with me in the past week than you've probably had conversations with grandma, grandpa, mom,
My
dad.
grandparents are dead.
childhood
That's
friends.
why.
Well,
Jesus
he's-
Oh, you don't
Christ.
pray?
I'm
What about
sorry?
childhood friends? When's the last time you talked to them about?
They're also dead.
So
Why are you
I'm
bringing
bringing
this
it-
up, man?
I'm bringing it up
Yeah,
because I'm
I
not a random person, and I can tell that everyone's inauthentic, and I wish everyone here was more.
Wait, you
authentic.
sound like a
I'm
random person.
authentic.
You didn't know like her whole family was dead, dude. What's up with
Yeah.
how are you not a random person? at
More
this point?
How do
time
you
with
reach
talking
tier
to me
1
than she
gift
has
sub
with other
status?
people. Huh?
How do you reach tier 1 gift sub status?
Tier
that
one
was,
gift
that
sub
was the actual
status.
qualification I was looking
Give me a
for.
gift
And then
sub.
you just
Any
Wild
gift
man,
cards? Any
let's
gift
get back
cards
to the
you got?
issue at hand, though. Wildman, is cannibalism also like a form of abortion?
Is X a form of Y? Let me grab my dictionary and
I guess it depends on what you plug in there.
You know what? I want to
define
hear
a
from
word.
Nate. I haven't heard from Nate in like 10 minutes. So,
What is the question exactly? Authenticity?
Hey, speak on your mind, bro. What's on your fucking mind? You have a lot of things to say about the world. You're a smart guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have to agree in some way with RJ. I think science hasn't really helped us at all. It just makes things worse in the end. And I think we need to go back to like caveman times, which I think Texas is actually trying to do right now, like pretty actively. And I think like
True.
the further back we go, the better off we're going to be because, like I was saying, like when we could just get over this whole fear of cannibalism, we'll just realize, oh, this is like another form of recycling. This is just another way of being authentically in the world. You know, not so much in the in this philosophical sense we've already established, which is Heideggerian in nature, but a little bit more of a Deleuzian sense of one wholeness, like maybe a resuscitation of the Spinozan, this singularity, this universal Spinozan sense of like
I
the
shouldn't have
cannibal.
called on him. I shouldn't have called on him.
Well,
Sorry.
actually, I'll push back on that because I think we've come a long way. Actually, I think if we point out the second question was like if you don't have like the woman's permission to grow from her DNA, at least we've gotten to this point where we're asking the woman for permission. We're not in the 1950s anymore where you have to ask her husband's permission to like use her DNA to grow like a human steak. You know, at least we've come far from that. I think
Yeah,
that's
How
that's some
does
good
that push
progress.
back against what Nate said? How does that push back against?
Oh,
what Nate
because
said?
he wants to regress to like the caveman eras of the 1950s. I think that's
He's
what-
talking about authentic being, which we've lost because of science.
Mm.
But if it weren't for science, how could we eat and prepare excellently cooked human steaks in the first place?
Oh, if it wasn't for science, how can we do this? What the fuck are you talking about? Do you think like science pre-existed all human activity?
Yes.
Made it all possible?
Answering you, Pan. No more talking. The rest of the panel. You either
don't
leave
have
or
the
you
right.
stay quiet. You
You
listen to
don't
real
have
men
the
talk.
right
Oh,
to
man.
censor
You
Wait,
listen
me.
this
to
isn't
real
your
men
panel, Wild
talk.
Man.
Oh, so what
We should
about?
cook human steaks. Delicious. Anyone laughing? Anyone
Have you ever
laughing?
tried 'em?
No.
Ever tried 'em?
No one's laughing. They're laughing at me. Because I'm the sense of humor, and I'm the sense of decency on this panel. I'm the one that people can relate to. I'm the one that young people look up to. Me.
Well, I don't think people are laughing because this is like a serious subject. You know, we're all here presenting our intellectual ideas, exchanging them in good faith. You know.
You think that
We're
people
trying
are
to-
laughing after?
That was funny. Say that. Do that bit again, where we pretend we're serious about. Is it ethical consumption into the can?
Wild man,
Oh,
I
you're
think
right.
there's something
It-
wrong
it's-
with you if you think that it's funny to make fun of the fact that my grandparents are dead. Okay, so you know that's a
True.
little bit. It's a little bit fucked up of
Listen,
you. Okay,
Stardust, I censored
Little
problematic
weird.
man, and I can censor you next.
you can't
So I will
censor
make
me
2
for
of the people
shit.
on this panel zip it the rest of the night, and I'll start hosting it.
You can't.
You know what?
censor
What
me.
happened earlier? Wasn't Anna Frills and BX Bullet supposed to be on here?
Yes.
And at the last minute, I'm I'm sick. I'm sick. Anna Frills was on John Zerka all day long. She felt fine.
Okay. Okay.
She felt
but
healthy enough
felt-
to talk to John
Well, it's probably why
Zerka.
she's sick, actually.
She was.
And
that's
now
probably
she's
why
sick.
she's sick. Yeah. Because she was on the panel or
I
whatever.
don't feel
so.
well. Anna Frills, somebody clip this. Anna Frills, you're lying. You're a liar. You feel
Don't-
fine.
don't
You were
clip
just
that.
tired. You don't have enough energy to sit at the computer for more than a little bit at a time. Anna Frills. You
That
could have
sounds
had
like
the
a symptom of
decency,
being
been
sick.
honest, and just said, you know what, I'm not feeling it. But instead, I'm sick. I
That
gotta
is the-
cancel.
You're gonna
That's some
create
bad
so
shit
much
you're
drama
giving
for
off
me,
right
dude.
now.
You're gonna create
Oh
so
my
much drama
God.
for me.
And BX Bullet.
No,
we'll
leave her
see.
alone.
We'll
Leave
see.
her
We don't know
alone.
what's going
Leave
on
her
there.
alone.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, we don't know.
She's not here to
What's
defend
going
herself,
on
dude.
today? Shut up.
Yeah,
BX
dude.
Bullet is a cool person.
I don't know.
Anna,
man.
I love you,
I
and
saw
I
her
hope
on
that
John
you
Zerka.
feel
Hold on.
better.
Hold on. I saw
And
her on.
the X Bullet, I hope also that you feel better
Yes,
soon,
we-
and that
we
you
hope
Scratch
that
from
they
the
feel
record.
come out
better.
of the hospital.
Don't write that down.
okay.
We don't feel that way. I saw BX
feel
Bullet
that
on
way.
John
You just
Zerka's
say
stream,
something you
and
didn't
they were
do.
talking
You're
about
authentic.
on John. Hold on John
Wow, man,
Zerka's
it's
stream.
already
Hold
complete.
on.
You hold
On John
on.
Too
Zerka's
late.
stream.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is getting into
No,
we'll get back. We'll get
Hold on.
I saw her
BX
on
Bullet.
John
On
Zerka's
John
show.
Zerka's
Actually,
What
and
are
this
you
is what I
doing? You're
saw.
talking over me. Why are you so rude?
Man, shut the
I'm
fuck
trying to
up.
talk
I'm gonna
here. I'm
lecture
trying to
You've
everybody
been
about
talking.
authenticity.
Oh my
When you're like,
God.
I saw this on John Zerka, and that's
This
what I
is
think
so
about this one person
unfair.
I've never actually
Hold
met
on,
in real
hold on.
life. What the
Shut up,
fuck is this
RJ.
bullshit?
Okay, shut up.
No,
Don't
you
let
should
me
moderate.
finish.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, on John Zerka's stream, they were talking about single mothers, okay? And everyone's doing all these hypotheticals. Anna Frills is like, there's a study that says that actually single mothers, it's better when the baby has 2 parents. Anna Frills with her fucking
Okay.
DSM
What does
manual
this
here.
have to do with
Please.
anything?
It sounds like
Please.
you're obsessed with her, dude.
Please stop.
We're trying to have a serious discussion about
everyone for one
human
fucking
cannibalism.
Hold on.
No one cares.
Hold on. I'm trying to say one nice thing about BX Bullet. Okay, Anna Frills is talking about study.
What the fuck are you talking about? I will shut the fuck up when I
Oh, I
want
was
to.
going one nice thing about the quote. Oh, actually, Anna Frills is like this. What the fuck
This
is
is the
going on?
longest clip I've ever seen.
Spit it up. You have a stutter? Spit it out.
Clip is 5 minutes long.
Anna Frills is like,
Sweetie, calm
shut the fuck up.
down.
okay, everyone, shh.
So
I'm
do you
sure
guys
it's like-
think
No, as a matter of
that
principle.
Fuck up! You're not what people are listening to. People in
As a
chat
matter
want
of
to hear you
principle, I'm
talk,
gonna wait
bro,
for
not
no one
Stardust.
you.
wants to hear
Not
As
you
a matter
talk?
of principle, I'm gonna wait for Stardust.
Zip
No
it,
one
bro.
wants to hear you talk.
She's going. I'm the host. Peter,
You're
in
not the
middle,
host, though.
You don't
I'm
talk.
sorry.
Science Lad, you don't talk. Everyone else
I
leave.
want to
Lay
make
down
sure
on
that
your back.
I just want to
Nice stream.
like highlight
Here's
the
what Anna-
like how
Shut
little
the fuck
power
up and
you
then you
have.
can talk.
I think we should
Telling you
vote
to
for a
shut the
new
fuck
One
up.
thing about
panel
Anna
host
Frills and BX
if
Bullet.
Stardust
Isn't
is
that weird
dicked.
how I
What
keep
the-
talking?
What the fuck is going on? BX
Isn't
Bullet.
that how weird how I keep talking and you tell me to shut the fuck up and I keep going?
Thank
Let's
you,
wait for
bro. You're
Stardust.
inauthentic. You're not
It is
funny.
weird.
Anna
Let's
Frills
wait
was
for
mentioning
Stardust.
studies saying,
Wait for
"Oh,
Stardust.
studies show that it's
Let's
better."
wait
when
for
Jangles,
we're
your
Stardust.
voice is
BX
like
Bullet turns
double
around and pulls out the
soothing.
ace card from the back of her pocket.
Oh, hey guys, what did I miss?
Says, actually, I'm a single mom. So all your fucking hypotheticals, all your little studies, they don't mean shit because I'm fucking fine. And that's BX Bullet's an authentic person. I don't
Wait,
believe in
Wildman,
the
you said you're a single
I don't
mom?
believe. Shut the fuck up. I don't believe that. I don't like how BX Bullet like poses with guns. That seems a little perverted to me. But I do admire her.
Bullshit,
Do
dude.
you
Shut
understand
the fuck
what?
up. I admire her because she brings it back to the reality, and she told Anna Frills
I
to
don't
her
think he knows
face,
what a
I don't give a
pervert
fuck what
is.
your studies say because I'm a single mom, and it's fucking fine. I don't care what your fucking studies say at your master's degree, Anna Frills. Anna Frills is so phony, bro. And the rest of you are phone too, bro. Like literally everyone's
We got that
phoning.
all in the clip, right, guys?
You're
that 8-minute
you're
clip.
you're
Yeah,
phony,
totally.
okay?
Yeah, I think your
authentic.
emotions are getting in the
Bro.
way, Wild Man. I mean, this is a serious topic. We came here to discuss facts and logics, and you're bringing up all these personal anecdotes about being a
Yeah, you're
single
getting
mother.
very emotional.
Yeah.
Calling
Science Lad
everybody
just
pervert.
DM'd me. JanglesScienceLad just DM'd me. Dude, be quiet, dude. Like, we're trying to talk about cannibalism. That's so important. Chat? Anyone in chat want
It's the topic of the show. We're trying to respect the topic of the show, man.
The topic, Stardust honestly just wants to have a good time, bro, and make content. And you guys are like, is it ethical? Dude, let's get back to the real. Let's get back to the real conversation.
I think
here.
I think
Okay,
the entire
okay,
Natesuede
okay,
You're
version-
not
Icos-
funny, bro. There's too many fucking unfunny losers on this panel.
All right. Those of
You
you,
know that we can
Okay,
hear you and see you, right?
okay. Aiko was saying something and I didn't hear it because Wildman was screaming. So I do want to hear what she said.
What did I say? I'm really stoned. Oh, what was it? Jangles trying to bring us back to cannibalism? Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
I'm here to fucking bully people, talk shit. I really liked your Lauren Southern debate, by the way. One of the few
Well,
good
thank you, but
ones.
I am trying to endorse cannibalism here.
Well,
No, you're not. You're lying, bro. It's not funny.
do you
I'll
think
endorse
Lauren
cannibalism.
Southern would eat non-white people? Or do you think that that's like
You-
she wouldn't want to like be contaminated in that way?
I think she would say that she wouldn't want to eat non-white people, but in like behind the scenes, she would
Private.
definitely eat non-white people.
yeah,
Mhm. She probably
does it
sit
in
on a
private.
throne too. Wear a crown.
I mean, would you guys choose based on
ethnicity.
ethnicity or different characteristics or whatever?
No,
feel like
I
I
mean,
choose
that's
that.
a different
Yeah,
case. I mean,
I might.
sometimes I'm in the mood for, different types.
For non-white people.
You're a pervert, bro. And I told you not to talk the rest of the panel.
And
Because
Okay,
every
right.
time
well-
you say
Forgot,
something,
I'm
you make
sorry.
me fucking cringe.
I'm sorry, I
Wild
forgot.
man,
Sometimes I prefer
everybody's
to be
cringe.
tight.
I'd like to know
We did it,
if I were to
bro.
like,
It's a racist joke.
if I
I
could
don't make
imagine
racist
like a
jokes.
supermarket of like
'Cause I don't need to make
human-grown
racist jokes.
steaks. I would like to know like where these steaks are being grown from, like what kind of person
Ethically
they were, like
sourced from
what do they
Chile.
what do they do, like how do they make their money,
Care
like
about
what
ethically anything when it comes to not white people.
That's
well,
fair.
Xath brought up a good point. Are they ethically sourced? That's a good
yeah,
point.
that's
It's usually
are they
not.
organically
not.
grown, free range, that sort of thing.
I mean, that does. I'm not gonna.
I
Yeah.
do. Now, if they're
Does,
I
ethically
think-
sourced, I
does-
mean,
I mean, there's a certain time period where like people were technically outside, but they couldn't like leave. Does that count as free range?
Yeah, of course.
that's also-
As long as they
that's
have,
also a good point.
Sure.
enough food to
Okay.
roam around.
Are you guys
Yeah,
calling
so
slavery
good
free
talk.
range?
No.
Lauren Southern
No.
probably eats slaves.
Well, that's
too.
what we want to identify. I don't want to eat, human meat that comes from slavery. That's just wrong.
Yeah, that'd be the opposite of ethically farmed human meat.
The wrong
Okay,
part.
okay, back to the abortion thing though. If you're growing a piece of meat, right, and you eat it, you kill it before, like, it, I don't know, you're killing
Why
it
are we
basically,
calling
right?
it?
A piece of meat.
I mean-
Was it ever like?
because it's alive, right, in a way.
But I don't think it's
We don't
experience
call it-
consciousness.
It's
Yeah.
mentioned for
I think it's fine.
Yeah, and-
inanimate too, right?
what, Aiko?
Like, it refers to inanimate objects too, right?
Well, yeah,
Inanimate objects?
yeah, but like a
Like
a
piece
chair?
of meat that you're growing from like in a lab or something, right?
Yeah.
So,
So they don't have to ever be like alive, right?
No,
Are
I don't
you
think so.
growing
This is
just
this is the
like
problem. You're
a
asking
toe
like
or something, or are you trying to like grow a full ass person? Because like
you
if you
probably
want to
just
like
grow
stick a
parts.
baby
This is
on
the
a
problem,
grow, I'm
right?
gonna say that's
Like a
probably
flank
not
or
ethical.
a rib.
you're talking
know?
about like growing like a thing or like genes is like, oh, it can develop consciousness is like what's missing here is you haven't even asked the fundamental question of like
Don't you
what is
fucking
being.
dare.
What do you mean
Don't fucking
by
dare.
being?
The meat
That's
What
what
is
you
being?
haven't asked.
Person,
This
like,
even a question
this
remains
is-
veiled
this
here.
is
You have
meat.
not considered this in any serious way. So how can you possibly answer this question? How can you possibly try to explain whether or not something is abortion, whether it's killing something,
Bro.
when you don't even know what it means to be?
Why don't you read Heidegger and then get back to us and you tell us all about it? Because clearly you're onto some shit that nobody else has ever thought about.
Yeah.
Oh, what is being? We presuppose being. Wow, bro, you got that from your syllabus in grad school?
Presuppose being.
No, I got that from fucking studying way more than your fake ass fucking
Dude,
anthropology
and
degree, you lying little motherfucker. Okay, listen up here, buddy.
real.
You're talking about
the human being
like,
instead of
you're one of the most lost
Being.
motherfucking.
No one brought up
people in here.
being. The word
Listen,
I read on
listen.
Wikipedia
Shut the
last
fuck
week.
up. Shut the fuck up, Wildman. Shut the fuck up. This is what's going on here. It's like you're jumping around one thing from another, like all caught in all like the novelty. The
obviously
first thing
I
that comes to your
understand
fucking
where you
brain
come
is you
from.
never
I've
stop.
read the books that
Think
you
about what
read.
it
I
actually
understand
matters.
them.
What
You
actually
got into
matters.
the first chapter and gave up.
Matter.
You read the syllabus. I read it cover to cover. I know fucking Heidegger. You don't know Heidegger.
You don't know fucking shit about Heidegger, okay? Bro, you don't even know fucking shit about anthropology.
You're in some
What the
grad
fuck you
school
talking about?
program.
Basil.
You studying philosophy? Tell me the
What
truth.
the fuck you studying anthropology so you can talk about fucking COVID-19?
All right. I'm glad that you guys got that
Answer
out.
me, bro.
Okay.
You answer me.
I
What the
called
fuck
him
are you
out. He got
talking
the
about?
syllabus. He got the
You guys
syllabus
answer me.
for fall classes. He got the syllabus and he read it. And he's like,
Well, that's what
"Oh,
you're
dude."
supposed to do with the syllabus.
Yeah.
That's
You're
true.
supposed to do.
I mean, he's just
Is your
being a good
is
student.
your contention that I've not seriously read any of the shit that I talk about?
then you-
Mr. I'll get a dual PhD in
you-
anthropology
you-
and some
you-
bullshit.
you-
And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about COVID-19 and fucking China. That I'm spiritually Chinese, like some fucking moron. But like, what the fuck are you talking about? You make up shit at a moment's notice to try to pretend who the fuck you are. You're the definition of an inauthentic motherfucker.
He
I'm
did
sorry.
claim
I'm
that he was
actually authentic,
spiritually
bro. It's
Chinese
called having
last
a
time I
laugh.
talked to him. So
Who did?
yeah.
Are
A
you
wild
going to
man
lab?
over here.
Huh? What Stardust?
No, never
you
mind.
say
Don't worry
there?
about it. Don't worry
say
about it.
You say you were
Shut
spiritually
up,
Chinese.
sweetheart.
Yes, he
But to,
tried
like,
to
wrap
say he
up,
was
sweetie,
spiritually
Shut the
Chinese.
fuck up.
Are you
I'm not
okay?
I'm gonna go
Hey,
piss. I'll let you guys handle it.
It's racist though that you thought. Yeah.
He's leaving again.
Oh,
So I mean, does anybody think that it's that
I still think what he said is less cringe than this like philosophy bro shit. Just
wait, who's less cringe than who? Yeah.
Oh, then the Chinese shit Wildman said. I think that's less cringe than the shit that like, you know, some of you
Who?
guys were saying.
That
Who
RJ
asked?
said?
Shut the
Were
fuck
you the
up.
one telling us
RJ, stop.
Wait, real quick.
RJ.
Hold up.
Authentically being in the what is
What? I've never read anything
He
about
was
the
just
shit that I
following
talk
his
about. So I'm
advice.
gonna go and say
Who's, like,
cringe on the
up tier
internet. That
cringe?
makes me so
Like,
base.
can you rank us
Oh,
on
wow.
the cringe level?
Shut up.
what is time really?
I mean,
Well,
if
you
you
know
had
what?
read Kant for 6 months, maybe you'd know
It's
what
the
time
thing.
is.
It's
I
like
mean,
clocks and stuff.
true.
Yeah, it is clocks and stuff. So now that we have some level of calmness, I guess we can move on to like a more serious question, and that's like, if I take my neighbor and I get his DNA and I grow a dick, right, and I surgically attach that dick to my forehead, does he?
I wouldn't call it cannibalism.
Well, that's not obviously, no,
Well-
it's
You'd have
not
to be very
cannibalism.
smart. You'd have to be very smart to supply it with blood.
Would we be
so
dickheads?
Might just, you know.
Are you
die.
calling me dumb, Aiko?
That's true, Aiko.
I came
That's
up with
true,
these
but-
I'm
questions.
very interested in
I
this
don't know
question.
how
What's the
smart.
question?
You can always stuff it. Like, it
Definitely
doesn't
Yeah,
have to
Stardust,
be.
what's the question?
Dude.
The question is, who owns the dick? Does he own the dick, or do I own the dick? Because I'm supplying the blood to it, right? So
Well,
we were
possession
kinda
is
talking
9/10 of
about
the law, right? So considering
Yeah.
it's literally attached to your forehead, I'd say you have more ownership rights than he does.
Yeah, I
But this also like brings up the
question.
question, like, if you can procure other items from your neighbor and attach them to your body, do they belong to you then?
Absolutely.
Oh shit!
You can wear it in jail, I guess.
Can I borrow your phone?
no.
Sure,
See,
you can
the
make a quick call.
difference is I grew his penis from his DNA. I didn't take his penis that's
okay.
attached to him.
Oh, okay.
It's yours.
Yeah, we kind of covered this a little bit, like the intellectual
Like
property thing. It's
copyright.
kind of fair
Yeah.
use, isn't it?
So like,
You know, he might call
But
you.
what
a
if he
dickhead,
sees
but-
it? What if he sees it and he's like, he gets super fucking mad. He's like, I don't want my dick on your forehead. Everybody's seeing my dick because it's on your forehead. And then you're like, no, but I grew this dick and it's on my forehead. And he's like, no, but it's my dick. You know, I don't want everybody to see my dick. So
I think the
Or you
burden
could
of
just
proof
tell him,
would be on him to like prove that it's his dick, right? He'd have to like take a picture of his own dick and like hold it up to my face with with the dick on my forehead.
That's true.
So I
but
can't-
You have plausible
you
deniability.
lovingly like grew it from a baby dick to like a big hulked out man dick, right?
I mean, it
Listen.
could
Or
be,
woman
like,
dick, I guess.
Not every man can have a hulked out dick,
Or
okay?
a-
I just want to.
There's
just wanna
nothing
make
wrong with
sure.
having a smaller, you know.
So if a
thing.
judge orders this thing to be like removed, like by order of the court, because they're going to uphold intellectual property on the genetics, then does he have to have it sewn on his head or something? Because then it's going to kill the member here, if it doesn't have a blood supply. So like you're going to be like basically taking a life, aka this dick, this forehead dick.
Yeah.
So like, what do you? Like, it's going to be murder. So like, how do you resolve
we're
this?
back
It would
Does the
it would
dick
atrophy.
have,
It would
like, a
atrophy.
heartbeat separate from
Um,
No,
sometimes
I think
dicks
dick
can
beat
pulse.
Supply would cover
A dick
their own
beat,
heartbeat,
yeah.
So
We could put it
You're
on life
growing
support
it
until
from
it finds a
yourself?
new owner.
No, you're growing it from
Yeah.
your neighbor.
Like put it up for an adoption.
Right, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's solved.
I don't think
So-
the neighbor would know. Like, how would they know? Because usually people can see like their dicks from the top down, but they would have a different angle, right? They're looking
That's
at it like
true.
head on.
Do you
So
guys think?
how would they know?
Do you guys think
That
you'd
is true.
recognize your own dick if you like saw it from like bottom up or something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I've taken a lot of pictures.
Yeah, of course.
And webcam footage, for scientific reasons. So
Uh-huh.
I think it would like clue me.
Have you? Do you have like a 3D model of your dick
Not
on
yet.
your computer?
I-
No. Okay.
so like
I'm
if
not
it's
made
on
of money.
That's possible.
if it's on your forehead for an extended period of time, wouldn't it just like eventually become yours?
Yeah, I think that's what we're implying. Like you
Like
link
your
up all
DNA
the
would like
This
I
is
put the
important,
labor
like,
into
so-
it. Okay, I mixed my labor with it, so it's mine
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah, this is important.
so.
So it requires like the sympathetic nervous system
Unironically,
to
someone said that
make
already.
a erectile tissue like erect. So is it your nervous system, your hormones that are making that dick erect? That's important. It's an important
Oh, that's
qualification
true.
that I feel like we glossed over.
If your neighbor, gets an erection, does the dick on my head also get an erection?
That's
No, 'cause
yeah,
it's
that's an
separate.
important distinction.
It's separate.
It's
Yeah.
separate. Okay. Well, then it's
So-
separate.
So it's if it's on your
Then-
forehead,
It's
it's
just
your endocrine system that's making the dick erect, right?
Yeah.
I think
feel
so.
like I feel like that's enough of your.
Does anybody disagree?
Yeah, I disagree. Aren't you guys a little bit too old to making pee pee poo poo jokes? Like,
I don't
bro,
think
you're
we're making
throwing
jokes
pep
here. I
down
think
your
we're, like,
fucking
trying
head,
to-
bro, and you're making jokes like you're in 4th grade. What if there was a fart factory and it made farts? Oh,
I don't think it's
yeah.
okay for you to make fun of me just because I'm in 4th grade. Okay. I think you can. Like, I know you guys
Very
graduated from
ableist.
college, and I'm still in 4th grade, but I don't think that's okay to like make fun
That's
of.
very ableist.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not
yeah.
cool.
No child left behind.
Yeah.
True.
you're valid.
So, anyway,
I noticed how you
Pleasant
didn't
Peas in
actually have a
chat is very
response, Wildman.
suspicious. Very suspicious.
Response to
Pleasant
what,
Peas in chat is
problematic
very
man?
suspicious.
first of all, I think it's kind of
Who?
curious that you're even addressing me at all, problematic
Oh
man.
shit.
Seeing as I didn't address you and I censored I censored you. Go ahead and speak.
I was just making an observation. I was like, hey, he didn't actually respond to the question. He just had this platitude about how outraged he was. I thought it was interesting.
True.
Attitude.
Mhm.
Zip it. Okay.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
respond to you
Wildman
now.
ever answered
How about
any
replying to
questions.
Pan? Okay, Pan. A response to what? The ludicrous prompt that is, if you had a dick on your forehead. Go ahead, Pan. Go ahead and answer.
See,
You're
this is what
uncensored.
happens when I try to be authentic, and Wildman over here just
He's
is,
appropriating your panel. He's doing
Hold
that.
on.
Well, no, it's not
Man,
about
you're allowed to speak.
appropriation.
You got 10
He's
seconds,
just
buddy.
he doesn't
being
like
a
when
real
I'm authentic.
wad.
I mean, I
He's
wouldn't
very
personally
inauthentic.
do
He
it.
keeps telling people to
Okay,
be
Pan,
quiet.
that's
and then
it
we
for the
keep
rest of the
talking.
night. You got to be quiet, bro. I hope that was worth it. Zip it. You're
It was
simply
worth
he
it.
up.
keeps telling people to be quiet, and they just keep talking.
Because I'm trying to make the panel interesting, and the first thing you have to do is get
You're
someone like
failing.
problematic Pan not to chime
You're
in.
not doing a good job, honey.
Look,
Huh?
Wildman, I'm a little bit hurt because all I've ever tried to do with this panel is to be who I am, okay, and ask the questions that I think about late at night. And these are the questions that I thought about, and you just attack me and you say I'm inauthentic, even though I'm being true to myself and I'm asking the true questions, and I just don't, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's like I can't do anything right with you people.
Okay,
You know?
take a couple deep breaths first of all. Okay, we don't need to. We don't need to
We're
turn
here
this
for
thing
you,
on.
Stardust.
It's fine. No one's mad at you, Stardust. It's just that the collection of guys you assembled here, it's not the highest caliber. I wish BX Bullet was on
calling
here.
me
BX Bullet is
inauthentic this entire
authentic.
time,
Yeah,
Wild
Can we
Man.
get some positive vibes?
You've been calling
That
me
was tight.
inauthentic this entire time. What am I supposed to do, Wild Man?
Jack, can you guys post smiley faces? Get some good vibes in here, please.
Oh, I can't believe Wildman actually like said what he did about that humor. I was with him like 99% of everything, but then he basically said that pee pee poo poo wasn't funny, and I know for a fact that
Pee pee poo poo
you know,
is
the
very
pee pee poo
funny.
poo man is
It's
like one of
very
the
yeah,
funny.
funniest characters
understanding
ever.
of science, he would know that.
Canceled by Nate
Very
Suede
funny.
for saying pee pee poo poo is not funny.
It is funny.
And the only
You said it is
proper
very funny.
It
response
is really
to pee
funny,
pee poo poo
actually.
is poo poo pee pee. So I mean,
Poo poo pee pee is like the next level. That's the
Yeah,
next
I'm
level
trying to
of
hold
funny.
back right now, and I'm barely doing it. It is really funny. But
Oh,
is everyone in agreement then? Like, it's if the dick's on your head, it's your dick, dickhead, right?
Yeah.
If you're in control
Yeah.
of it, if it's your blood supply, your endocrine system, your nervous
my
system
blood.
causing it to like do the things that dicks do, I think it is. The only question I would have is like, does your urinary system, like, is it rerouted? Because
Nope.
that's not a minor
Hmm.
surgery, all right?
Unless
To get
you
your
do it
Correct.
to get your ureters and
go
your
that way.
urethra.
I
to,
just
like,
imagine
all
that
the
it
way
would
up.
I
be
might do
connected
that.
to your nose,
If that's
right?
possible, I might
So if
do
you
that.
have a
'Cause,
cold, like you know,
Oh.
maybe
Guys,
you sneeze.
everyone knows,
Probably
fellas.
No, forehead dick that you grew on there is just a long clitoris.
Ooh, someone in chat brings up a very good
dick
question.
cavern. Oh, what's the
If the
question?
dick
You know,
on your
I
head
really
gets
like
erect,
that. That
is
was a
that
very
sexual
interesting
harassment?
observation. Yeah.
You know, if I'm in the office and I have a boner on my head and somebody's staring at it, I'm just gonna tell them like, listen, that's not appropriate. I need you to put your eyes down here, please. That's
And aren't all dicks just
Don't.
large clitorises?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, well, I think this is
Well, actually, I don't know.
Well,
If you genetically grow it, I don't
hold
know
on,
if it
Pan.
has
Nate
to start
Suede was
out with
saying
this
something. You
clitoris.
interrupted Nate Suede, Pan.
You're right. Sorry,
Nate.
Nate Suede.
Okay, well, I'm gonna disagree here and say it's actually an alien entity that is more akin to a parasite than a part of your own body. It's more like a penile parasite that like lives on you, and you're just like it's just like taking your blood for sustenance, and it has a mind of its
You
own. It's an
invited it
independent
over.
thing.
These are parasites, because
How is that
I'm
different than
trying to stay
regular
on my
dick?
grind, but I gotta I gotta pay the toll. Way too often for a man like me with a libido like mine. And if I didn't have this parasite, particularly large one, I could probably get more stuff done. Write symphonies, write books.
Wait. All of us know that
Haven't
Wild
used
Man has
the
never had sex.
JSR.
Nate,
Where's
how is that
the
different than a
Tom?
regular penis? An organ with a mind of its own?
It's
How's
not
that
necess-
different?
I never said it was different.
Fucking
I never
joke.
said it was different.
That's
Wait.
what I said.
You said alien entity. That's different then, right? Or no?
It's not, no, I mean in the sense that like it's a thing with a mind of its own, and it just does what it does, and it's just there. And like when
Well, I don't
you
think that's what
attach to those
we're
things, it's-
implying.
Well, no, I think
I think you're
Nate's
posing
really
a
onto
different
something.
hypothetical.
I think
And I think
Nate
he's
has really
onto something. My dick
captured
does have a
this
mind of its own.
idea that like when you start obsessing about like the body, the different things, the mechanical things that the body can do, is like it is all basically parasitic on you, right? Like what you're about, like what your projects, what you're trying to do with what's your everyday busy work that you're trying to do to live your life.
Mhm.
All this kind of like bodily materialism is all very parasitic on that.
That's
kind
true.
of
Whenever I
experience.
go to the gym and I like work out, my body's in great pain. So it's very parasitic of my body to be in pain while I work out. I totally get that.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are just assuming you're not a brain in a vat. Like, can you prove that you're not before you talk about all these other body parts?
Yes.
No, answer that. That was not a sanctioned comment from Problematic Pan.
I
What
like
about my
going
comment?
unsanctioned. I
Don't
like going
answer that.
unsanctioned.
Do not engage. Nate, go ahead and talk.
Don't do it, Nate. Don't say anything.
Don't do it. Don't
Nate, don't give in.
Don't talk. Don't give in.
Stardust, say something.
I actually have a quick
I'm
comment.
still upset. I'm
Jingles
still very
said-
upset with you, Wild Man, calling me inauthentic. So you know what? I'm not going to respond to you.
What is
Don't
coming
worry.
to me?
Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, Jingles, you said like if you had the ability to connect your urinary tract to the dick on your head, would you do it? And I think I would, because like fellow dick havers on the panel, you guys have woken up with morning wood and you have to like do the Superman stance on your toilet to like take a piss in the morning, right? I think if you had, you can get a better angle if you just like have it on your head and like just
This
bend
is-
forward a bit.
All right, that is straight up ageism. All right, so I'm 31. All right, when we have to like fold over, all right, that causes significant back pain. Everyone over the age,
You can squat.
30.
Maybe.
That's even
Okay,
Oh,
worse.
you think
I think it's more
squatting is
Yeah,
going to be the
everyone
next
over
thing?
the age of 30 has back pain and knee pain. You didn't even consider that before
Oh, that's
asking the
just you.
question.
I think you're also just assuming that I'm younger than 30. So,
Yeah, that was an assumption.
Well, you are in 4th grade.
well,
Yeah, we
listen,
can't
I
have
think
those
you're
things work.
you're assuming that 4th graders can't be 30-year-olds, all right? And I think that is a little, weird.
Bro,
Yeah, I
You're
think-
right.
you're the one with back pain and knee pain. Do you stream on Twitch, Jangles?
I don't. I'm too busy working out. That's why I have back pain.
Busy working out, bro. Then you're lifting wrong, bro. What's your form like?
It's-
32 years
it's-
old, back pain, knee pain?
It's just the immense weights that I'm lifting because I'm so alpha.
All I'm saying is, bro, it's like,
I mean, I saw your arms. I don't think you can offer any input on this.
bro, I don't
Artis,
need
you
to-
doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Would you have a dick on your head?
Oh yeah. Why do you think I asked the question? I think about that question all the time about having a dick
You
on my
must be
head.
horny, bro, because these questions start us. Are you straight? Let's get to the real content here. Are you straight?
Who?
What'd you
Kind
say?
of weird to ask,
Who?
right?
How's it weird to ask? It's like a defining characteristic of a person.
When you meet somebody and
I
shake their
feel like
hands,
that's
do you ask them
not
if they're like what their
relevant.
sexuality is?
Assume they're straight.
hi,
If they tell
I'm
me they're
Atron.
homosexual, I respect
What are
the
you
hell out of
into?
that. I just assume they're straight, bro.
You should never assume that
Oh.
anyone is
If they
straight.
tell me they're gay, I respect the hell out of that. But
Hmm.
chances are I assume they're straight, just like I assume people's pronouns. It works. It works 99%.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you.
And people don't get
Wildman,
offended.
what are your
No
pronouns?
gay guy gets offended like,
Wrong.
you thought I was straight? What the fuck? No one gets
Wildman.
offended by that.
Wildman, what are your
on
what are your
Twitter
Maybe
and
they're
on
pronouns?
just,
Tumblr, people
like,
get offended
not-
by that.
comfortable telling you that they're offended.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
true.
that must be what
I
it
just
is.
don't even know who the
To
question's
call all my
directed
friends
to.
and say, dude, I'm sorry, I assumed.
Listen, you're wrong. Does anyone disagree that he's wrong?
What?
About what?
It doesn't
Well,
matter.
I don't
really.
I have
disagree.
no
Well,
idea
what?
what
I
this
think he is
conversation
wrong.
Wait,
is.
okay. Aiko's like 200% quieter than everybody. Aiko, what? Wrong about what?
Oh,
Say that
I said
again.
Just in general, like all this shit he's saying about like gay people and pronouns, like right now, everyone is agreed that he's wrong, right?
Yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah,
What's wrong about
tuned him
assuming? If I see a girl and I want to talk to her, I'm going to assume she's straight. She indicates or tells me directly that she's not straight. I respect the hell out of that. But I see a girl, I assume she's straight. Why would I assume she's anything else?
So when I assumed going into this that you were a twink and that you would absolutely be my sub, was that incorrect?
I would tell you otherwise, and then I'd be fine. If you want to make
Jangles, I
assumptions,
thought we were
based on
power
the way I
bottom
present
team.
myself, that's fine. The way people dress, they do it on purpose. They are expressing something into the world. So
You're
if I happen to
expressing
dress
real
a certain
bottom
way and you
energy
assume
here.
a certain thing about me, whatever.
I'm really
It's not that
curious.
big of a deal.
I don't know, man. When I
All,
dress,
all the talk
sometimes
about like all the people like going on bits at Wildman is like I think Wildman is like pretty much on page with 99% of the fucking human population on this. Like what's wrong about what he's saying? Like you just kind of understand that like most people present as like the sex they're born at birth,
No, shut.
and then you most of them are straight.
we can't assume that.
Most people do.
Pronouns. Don't assume things about people
True.
that you don't know.
Should I assume everyone's asexual? Should I never talk to a girl?
No.
That's
You-
what
no,
that's
no,
what
no,
the
no, no,
liberals
no.
want. The
Okay,
liberals
okay,
want
okay,
you
okay,
never
okay.
talk to a girl ever again in case you might offend them, in case they might not be interested in you.
You
And I say,
have-
assume the best in all people. Assume,
have to
and then
assume
find out
things.
and respect them.
You just need the world to be in categories because you don't want to think about it.
No,
because
you have to
I think
assume
about it
things
all the
about
time.
people you don't know. That's
I'm more
that's a
comfortable with
fundamental
the
way that
diversity
you
of the
go
world than
about
you are.
actually
I think
interacting
you just
with
pick it
people
up
in
from
the real
like
world.
social cues and like communications and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
And maybe you can
Exactly.
ask them what their pronouns are. I mean, it's not like. Otherwise, you would just need something like really obvious, like a dick on their forehead or something, you know?
If we had dicks on the forehead, that was solid. But back to the question.
Okay.
I asked Stardust if she's straight. That's a defining characteristic of somebody.
I'm
Why
mostly
Okay,
is
look,
that
straight.
Aiko was trying to say something, but she's
Sex is
quieter than everybody
everything.
else,
That's
so
why
I
it's
can't actually
defining.
hear what Aiko is saying in response to like.
If you wanna hear Aiko better, you just like turn everybody down to like 70% and turn up Discord to like
Yes.
all the way up on your computer.
Good idea. I'm gonna do that.
That's a
I
lot
did
of
that.
effort
I
for
can
one
hear her
single person.
so well.
I'd rather everybody just give her the space to talk. You know.
It's
I
like
agree,
a
I'm
little
not doing
mouse
that shit.
whispering
Let's
into
just
a
shut up, let
fucking
her talk.
can. Turning
Aiko, what's on your
everybody
mind?
down.
I don't know what
Turning
the fuck.
RJ all the way down, bro.
What
Good.
happened?
Fuck you.
We
Wait,
want
what
to
does
know
the
what's
dick
on
on
your
my
mind, but it,
forehead
Loud as-
have to
loud
do
as
with?
possibly can be.
Aiko, would you have a dick on your forehead?
That's disgusting.
That doesn't seem convenient. People might know how I feel.
Oh, that's true. Are we?
That's true.
Is it just the dick, or is it also the balls?
I didn't know. I don't include the balls in the equation.
Yeah,
with
I
this.
wouldn't. I wouldn't
never
want to
thought
put
about
balls
it.
on my
It
forehead.
doesn't. You don't
It
have
might
to
be
include
difficult
balls.
to wear a hat.
It would be.
difficult to wear a hat. And Azron, have you ever
Wait.
given a blowjob before? All right, you have not even like thought about the logistics of that. Okay.
I think if you have an
Spider-Man
extra
style.
dick, it would,
Spider-Man
you
style,
just
bro.
kind of open up more doors instead of closing doors. I think, right?
Well,
What if your dick
No,
on
no,
your
actually,
forehead
no,
was
no.
big enough for you to put it like at least part of it in your mouth? Like
no. I'll take that back. I'll take the L on that. I forgot about the 69 position, and then like,
Yeah,
that
it's-
actually could be. Wait a second. I'm
It
thinking. of
sounds
some
pretty
stuff.
dope, actually.
Yeah, like hold on. I'm thinking about some stuff. I take back what I said.
Wait, I have something to show you, but continue until I find it.
I don't know. Have
Well,
you
I
guys
can't-
ever tried that? Like this is so incredibly inconvenient. Like
throwing a
Tried
dick
what
on
exactly?
You never answered.
I did answer. I said I'm mostly straight. Mostly.
Okay, thank you. Now my follow-up question, the reason why I was asking was because I want to know what's with all the dick questions.
Because
You
dicks
think
are
that
funny.
has anything
How
to do with
quarantine treating
homosexuality?
you? I feel like you are the horniest person on this panel. Prove
That
me
is
wrong.
False.
What are you talking about?
False.
I
I,
feel like,
there,
they're
I,
like,
I have like a Ken body, like Ken doll, like down there. There's nothing.
huh?
There's, yeah.
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow, man. Do you think that a woman with a dick on her forehead is a man, and that
I'm just
affects her
saying, like,
sexuality?
Yeah,
The
that's pretty weird.
Topics here,
Pretty
eating
weird.
flesh, that's very visceral. Very visceral. Now, penises on foreheads on display
I told
for
you I saw
everyone?
my dad's dick, okay? And ever since I saw his dick, I felt a little bit weird that he gets to have a front tail and I don't get to have one. So, maybe I'm a little upset about that still.
Having a dick is pretty cool. You can do a lot with a dick. It's.
I mean, I like
feel
being
bad.
a woman. I really like being a woman, but sometimes I think about what if I had a dick on my head? What if I had
the
one on my
forehead?
forehead? Yeah.
Mhm.
You can have you can have a standard issue dick. You don't have to
You
think
could
about
get a
alien
strap
stuff.
on and
Listen, there's no
try
such thing
to-
as a standard issue dick. All
I don't
dicks
want
come
a dick
in
on-
No,
with
different.
my-
wait. We have a good question.
Wait,
You
look
can
at my
you can get a
screen.
strap on. All right, so
I
you
don't
have
want
to,
a dick. Look, I don't want a dick anywhere except on my forehead. Like, I don't know why, but I think it would be really cool and really funny to walk around and have a dick on my forehead.
And Xath,
Sorry,
go-
you
I
Usually-
would laugh every time I look in the mirror if
If somebody wants
I
to be
got
a
that
man,
information.
usually I allow them into the brotherhood of men, but not you. If you choose to be a man and you misplace the penis on the forehead,
What are those?
I
You're
don't
not-
want to be
you're
a
not
man. I like
misplaced.
being a
use my
woman.
pronouns.
I like how it's.
I-
She can be a woman
Everyone,
with a dick on
everyone
her
else
forehead.
is free
That's
to
fine.
use my pronouns, but if you put a dick on your head, that's just
Wild man,
me.
I've asked you
No,
like
I
8
just
times
wanna
what your
be a
pronouns are.
woman.
What
But
does that have to do with
Stardust, you're
pronouns?
completely valid.
Okay,
You are,
I'm
Stardust.
happy being a woman.
not.
I like being a woman. I
see
don't
her
want to
plus a dick
change
on your
anything
forehead?
about it. Okay, I'm very happy with my gender identity. All right, I if anything, I want to be more of a woman. But every once in a while, I think late at night, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, hey, who would own the penis if I took somebody's penis and grafted it surgically to my head? I think about
Michael,
that.
is that
know.
TOS? I don't know.
Yeah, you might not be able to stream anymore.
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look like it's TOS. Maybe I don't
Picture
know.
of a penis.
You would have to have a,
You
a
recognize
hat
Oh,
it, bro.
okay.
with
It's
a very long bill.
That looks like Ben Shapiro, so I think that is TOS, or not TOS rather. I think that's approved.
Stardust, do you think that grafting a dick onto your forehead for the novelty it will have in the
There you go.
the first day or so or maybe week of having it there will be worth a lifetime of bullying and ostracization
Have you met
you will
me?
face for having
Have
a dick
you
on
met
your
me?
forehead?
I run jokes into the ground until they're not funny, and then they come back and they're funny again, and then I run it into the ground again. I would
You're
find
already
at
ostracized.
least 8 months. I would find that funny.
So,
at least 8
like,
months.
people have been like thrown in jail and killed and genocided culturally and physically for much
Over
less
their dicks?
than having dicks on their forehead. Do you think?
I
it
don't
would
think
be
anybody
worth
would
it
do
to
it with
face
a
those
dick on
kind of
my forehead.
consequences?
They'd just be like, "Wow, you got a dick on your forehead," and I'd be like, "Yeah."
I feel like she
wait,
would be a
wait,
trailblazer.
you seriously think that you have a dick on your forehead? You're not going to get some kind of wild person from like Alabama, Missouri, or fucking California who's going to think that's just too fucked up and come out and just
Hey.
John Lennon you on the street or something like that?
You can
John,
come live in
what's wrong with
Michigan with
California,
me
dog? I'm
and
from
be
California.
totally safe.
Did you just ask what's wrong with California?
Yeah, what's wrong with California?
Oh my goodness.
California is like one of the craziest, dumbest states I've ever heard of. Like not just in the U.S., but like in the entire globe.
In the entire what?
globe. You know, the world.
Globe?
I
Whoa.
can't
That's kinda
believe I'm the
weird.
only one who thinks about this. Like,
What do you think the
not
Earth
think
is
about?
flat, not a globe? What's? I mean, it would be typical of somebody from California to say some kind of shit like that.
No, I don't think it's flat. I think it's like concave or something.
Xath, have you never thought about having a dick on your forehead?
Not on my forehead. Not.
But
not
you're
like,
thinking about it now, so
that
like, would
question's
you?
open-ended.
Forehead.
Oh, that question wasn't done.
Yeah.
Like like Xath wasn't done there.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
I mean, I think about dick a lot. I mean,
So do I. Yeah.
Anyone that likes dick, I assume thinks about dick a lot.
Absolutely
thought
not.
about-
No, absolutely not. I would never, ever. No, I don't think about it ever at all.
Oh yeah. I'm not a pervert.
You know, remember,
I think
I'm
about
the
my
pervert.
own dick.
I'm the pervert. I think about dicks, like all sorts of them. Yeah.
Is it
I've
okay
never
if
thought
I think
about dick in my life, to be honest with you guys. I only think about it on my forehead. So
But I haven't thought about like what it would feel like to have a dick like hanging off my forehead until the question came up.
Mhm.
But
You
like,
shouldn't-
I wouldn't
know-
need it. I don't think.
I think
You
I would
have to
prefer
admit,
to
it's
have
a
like
pretty
a.
niche question.
Would you guys prefer to have like a smaller dick or a bigger dick? I think I would have like a smaller dick on my forehead because if I had a big dick just kind of swinging around, I think I would have like neck problems. You know, like the back
That's
of my
true.
neck would get.
I
sore
mean,
or
I
something.
guess it-
No, like so that's my actual master's degrees in biomechanics. It might put too much like anterior weight on your neck, and also like it would interfere with your vision. Like depending.
You
True.
just wear like a little visor.
Bro, not your size. It wouldn't.
Depends on
A
how
little
big your
visor it can
forehead
rest
is.
on.
You should ask your dad what the size of my dick is. But anyway, like yeah, a dick with like
Yeah, he told me it's
like-
small, bro. You won't not interrupt your vision.
okay, well
No, I think it could, because like if you have like something in front of you, your eyes just kind of like will naturally focus on it from time to time, and it might fuck up your vision. You know?
Yeah, and it's not like a
1000%.
nose where your like brain like decides that it's not like it shouldn't be there. It's like it's gonna like every time you move your head.
But
it's
see,
gonna
if
swing
it
Yeah.
was
side to
big
side.
enough,
Well,
okay, you might have neck problems if it was super big, but you could pretend like you're a gerbil in like a cage, you know? If it were really big.
What?
What do you mean? Like
I
you
didn't-
would suck on it or something?
Yeah.
Like it's a little
Wait,
water
yeah, how
dispenser?
big is it now? Can it like be like an elephant's trunk? Like
Can you suck on your
It's
own
like a-
dickhead dick?
Yeah,
mean,
it's like
maybe
you would be a
can,
gerbil
but you
in
should
the-
ask permission first.
from my
I feel
own
like
dick?
if I had a big dick on my forehead, then it would be kind of an issue. Like if I went to a restaurant and they gave me a drink with a straw, I might actually just start like accidentally just start sucking my own forehead dick
Bro, God
instead.
already
Like,
decided he's not giving you a big dick. God already made that call, bro. Don't you like jeans? You talking about jeans earlier. Why would
Well-
your forehead penis be any bigger than your little tiny?
well, that's what
member
I'm
in
saying.
your
Like
leg?
I don't think I would
are
want
you
like a big
shaming
dick. It
tiny
seems
penises?
problematic.
Are you shaming clitorises?
I'm not shaming anything. I'm just saying it fucking sucks for you.
I don't think you know what the words like
Why are
suck
we-
and dick. I
Here's
don't
a
think
slightly
you've
different
ever,
question.
Like connected
I
those.
actually
Yeah, what's
have
up,
a slightly
Nate?
more interesting question. Slightly more interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, please.
Besides
for
the topic at
God's
hand,
sake,
no,
something more
I was
interesting.
interested,
Yeah.
like if Stardust, when you think about this, was this like an intrusive thought, like were you in class and you had to give a presentation and you're sitting there with like your PowerPoint slide or whatever, or your notes, and you just like see this like in like all the students sitting in there, and you're like,
No, so it was
No?
late
Let's
at
dive
night.
into your
Most of
psychology.
these questions
No,
come to
wait,
me late
never
at
mind.
night. So
Late at night.
yeah. So like I don't know, I'll just be thinking and I'll think of something and I'll think, wow, that's really funny, but what if, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, and then
If
I
you
think
spend
about
It's a
it.
great question.
Yeah.
It is a great question.
I
If you spend time on the
appreciate
internet-
the
What if
question,
all
for
women
sure.
had a dick on their forehead, and this was just an inverse conversation about what it'd be like to not have a dick on their forehead? Like, having a dick on your forehead like socially constructed type thing? Like, I don't think it would be bad if everyone had a dick on
I
their
think
forehead.
in this case it would be biologically constructed
Yeah.
and then turn into.
Does that
socially
answer your
constructed.
question, Nate? Are you
Yeah, pretty
doing
much.
armchair psychology on me?
Well,
well,
Nate,
I was
that's
trying to
follow-up,
replace
bro.
AikoRulz on the podcast, but just epically failed. But
Bro,
Oh.
Anna Frill is not even practicing, bro. You don't replace her.
I
you
heard
can
so
be a
much about
fucking
this
ultimate
Anna
expert.
person. I'd like to meet her. She seems interesting.
I mean,
you guys
she's
seem to be
a
obsessed
fan
with
with
her.
that. She's
I've
a
heard
super
it that
cool-
Nate is starting to seriously consider psychology as like a path, help the lost
I
youth.
was.
So I think he's really
You know what,
probably your primary
Nate? Give
resource
me a
on this.
psychology evaluation, okay? What do you think of the questions that I'm asking?
We have to do a whole intake to really get to the bottom of it all. We'd have to probably spend
Why do
4
I
or 5
think of these
sessions,
things?
maybe $200 an hour. Why do you think of these
How
things?
you could be horny and you haven't gotten laid? It's been COVID. I'm sure it's hard
That's
for
possible.
you guys.
That's possible. That's like the Freudian interpretation of things. Women have also hysteria and all this penis envy stuff. That's
Give us
that's
the
kind
most-
of
True,
old
I'm
school.
hysterical
Hysteria
often.
too, bro.
What does Lacan say?
Look
about
at,
this
look at
question?
what Nose
Ah.
Pussy does to a motherfucker. All the guys on this channel right now, except for Jangles, he's exempt. He's got the vaccine. Jangles got the no pussy.
I'm
syndrome
vaccinated.
vaccine. No, he's
I
got
know.
he's got the vaccine. He's exempt from the no pussy
Oh
syndrome.
man, can you
The
have,
rest
do
of
have
y'all,
no pussy.
that's
We're trying to have a
male
conversation.
hysteria.
We're trying to have a
That's
conversation.
the rest of y'all got male hysteria because y'all never get laid.
I don't know.
So
You're
you're
yelling
eager
a
to talk
bunch,
about
dude.
penises. That's my
It sounds like-
psychoanalyst right there.
Nate,
Well,
as
man, it
a
sounds like
as
I
a
wasn't-
burgeoning
Okay,
I
well, I
wasn't
wanted to
trying
as
get
a
to
Nate's-
burgeoning
I can help
psychologist,
you up in this
Nate,
bitch.
do you think Wildman is projecting a little bit here, or what do you think? Can you?
I think that when I have sex, I get a lot calmer. Yeah, I get a lot more chill. Like it's when
Wait,
I haven't had sex.
I
for a
never
while.
got
post-nut
Nate's full,
clarity.
his full opinion. Nate, what's your opinion on this?
It's actually because if I'm gonna, like RJ said, if I'm gonna take this from the Lacanian standpoint, I'm gonna say that all sexuality itself is essentially an impossibility because we're all barred subjects. There is no actual sexual relationship in human. No, I'm not saying that people don't have sex. I'm saying like you're essentially masturbating, okay, with somebody else, no matter what you're doing, no matter what kind of insertion or
Okay.
what tool you're using. I would say that your imagination of this is that you're actually imagining the signifier, which is actually structuring linguistically your subconscious. So you're imagining this penis, and then like asking this question is actually your jouissance, which is just your excess enjoyment.
This
Okay,
is
it's actually
literally unbearable. Stop talking like this.
This is the enjoyment beyond which, and that now becomes absurd, and then therefore it becomes actually like
You spitting facts.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
basically facts. This is scientific.
I mean, that's pretty true.
Yeah,
For me, bro.
absolutely.
That's not
pretty
true for me.
true.
I don't do any of that.
Like, come on.
Wait, I'm really curious, Aiko. What is your problem with anybody saying anything interesting on this panel? I'm curious. Can you elaborate?
Oh, it's so cute. Continue.
Well,
No,
he
Echo,
asked
please,
to
go ahead.
elaborate.
Okay. What if you had really long nipples? What would you
Oh
guys
my
do?
god.
That would be
Uh,
horrible. I wouldn't wear white shirts.
I don't know.
I could wait. No, hold on. Long nipples means you can't run anymore. That's a net.
That's
positive.
true.
Yeah, it means a
That's
net positive. Now
true.
you have an excuse not to go running or jogging.
I got
alright?
exposed in
Couldn't you
chat.
just go?
Bro, Pleasant Peas just exposed me in chat, bro.
Why?
You put a
How?
link in. Can anyone check if that's a virus for me before I click on
Yeah,
it?
it's a virus.
It's a virus.
It'll
Okay,
make
thanks.
people
Oh my
I won't
God.
click on it then.
I'm so
I
fucking
think it's a deep fake.
Mm.
Oh, wait,
Good
you're on
God.
TikTok?
sick
on
of not
Facebook,
getting any
chicken
fucking
casserole.
pussy.
Chicken
Stardust, could
casserole.
you elaborate your question a little bit?
Well, it
You
kind
said
of.
like, what would you do if you had like long nipples? Like,
Well, I just thought about that right now. I don't really have anything to elaborate on it yet. Probably tomorrow I'll have something way more like interesting thought up. Wildman, are you on TikTok? You have a TikTok?
Oh, yeah, I got exposed in chat by Pleasant Peas, bro.
Oh,
I have a
shit.
TikTok too. We should be TikTok friends.
I'll follow
anyways.
you.
Okay. Well, I have to find out what my
Content's not
username
right,
is.
I will not continue to follow you.
If my content is not right, you
Yeah,
said?
if you keep showing up in my feed with, oh, I saw my dad's dick, unfollow.
Okay.
I have limited
I think
time on
Stardust's
this
content is mostly left, or maybe left-leaning. I don't think it's right.
Huh?
She's not
Is
a
that right?
left winger. She's not anything, bro. She's just an American liberal.
That
Hmm.
sounds like something.
I think that's left.
I think that's a something. Yeah. What
But
do you
if I had long nipples, I think I would get them surgically shortened. That seems uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
it's one of those things. It sounds great when you're like commissioning art off of it. Not that I ever have, but then like you think about the practical aspects of it, and like it's just not a way to live your life.
Okay, so if you guys grow a lion's dick from lion DNA and fuck it, are you doing bestiality?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
What mad
It's
science?
just like-
So,
are you
It's just like
Um,
making a dick from any material. Like if you make a lion's dick out of rubber, it's not bestiality. So if you grow
Right.
a
Yeah, but
lion's dick,
this
it's
is
also
out
not
of
bestiality.
DNA. This is like an
It doesn't
actual.
matter. It's just another material.
Yeah, if you think
It's just
about
like
I
it's all.
fully
It's
agree.
back to like is the animal like a living thing? And I think if you're fucking a living animal, that's probably bestiality. But we're just
Yeah.
growing the dick here, you know.
But it's
Yeah,
a
if you
living
think about
dick
it,
at
if you
least.
make a-
It's like a plant,
make-
right?
yeah, if you make a
but it's like a
silicone
plant.
dick-
It's not. Sorry.
How's it
I
any
don't-
different if you
I
like
don't think
cut
it's
the
like a
back?
plant.
If you cut the back end off of a fucking animal, like how's it any different? It's because it's not going to have the brain or some shit. Like this question didn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
good
when I asked it in the group
There
chat.
is a
Because
difference,
look,
though.
if you just
Like,
if you remove it from an
There's
actual
nothing-
animal,
like, the
that's kind
cannibalism
of
at least is
cruel.
like,
That's
oh,
not
it's food.
ethical.
Yeah, if you're removing it, then
Animals
it
are all-
starts
Did you
to
say-
decompose, right? But if you're growing it
Mhm.
out of like,
From a lab.
yeah, in a lab out of materials, then you're growing it, but you're just using materials,
hmm
just like you would like a dildo, for example. And I mean, Bad Dragon exists.
Bad Dragon
That's
does
true.
exist.
Yeah.
And also like
And
you have to
actually-
think
or
like if you're just
topic.
growing it, if it's just like this soft piece of meat, you can't do anything with it. So the implications
I mean,
of
you
if
can
you're
fuck
doing
it.
something
But you can
with
do a
there
lot
has to
with
be
it.
some-
What
well,
the
with a
fuck?
soft little noodle? No, like you have to like there's has to be something artificial in there, right?
Well,
Oh,
like the
well, that's a thing that you
lions,
can
the
do.
lions
And
can
what I was
come
saying
like
earlier,
once an
if you're-
hour. They're crazy.
So speaking of bestiality,
course.
do you think if you're doing like apologia for a white nationalist, do you think those people that are doing that, do you think they're also probably white nationalists?
I don't
Name
see what that
names.
has to do with bestiality.
What is
Yeah, I don't know.
apologia?
I mean,
Is the white nationalist grown in a lab?
Shut up.
I mean,
I want to hear what Aiko has to say.
or you know what? They probably want to raise future humans, like white humans in labs, right? To keep.
What
I
do you
don't
mean by apologia? Like, what? I guess what would be my question?
I mean, there was like a certain person named like I don't know Coomer Points that did an entire ass.
A whole ass?
I don't even know what it was. Narrative adjustment for Lauren Southern, and it was very interesting how he just like rewrote her narrative, and she would be like, nah, that's not nah. I don't
did that?
regret any of that.
Was
Who did
the
that?
topic on like the lion's dick?
Are we switching
Counterpoint.
topics? Yeah.
Counterpoints.
So-
Counterpoints.
so,
Are they here right
Actually,
now?
to answer you, Aiko, I think that everybody is. I think it's everybody is allowed to have like a place at a conversation, right? And if they've changed their views, like certainly they should be allowed to like express that much, right?
True.
Yeah.
She hasn't changed her views, and she says it.
Well, yeah. You're right about that. She hasn't changed her views, but there are a lot of misconceptions about her out there, right? That
No, there aren't. I mean, like shooting flares versus like having a flare, but still going to Italy on a boat to
Yeah.
stop refugees that were going legally to Italy, like international fucking Karen. Okay. Like
Yeah, no,
there's-
I mean, I
what are-
agree
what
with
are we
you. I agree
doing,
with you.
okay?
I just think that I think that there is it's not like she doesn't have a platform already, right?
No,
So
I know.
yeah,
Xander Hall
yeah.
let her out of the box because he debated her on fucking children's
I
books.
think
that
she
he
had a
hadn't even
platform
read.
before
I get
that.
it.
I think she had a
Who?
platform before
No,
that.
she had a kid,
Talking about
and
Lauren
now she
Southern
has
Wild,
like
man.
shorter hair and she wears t-shirts and pink headphones. Like, oh, this is totally normal. Like, yeah, I still
Back
like.
from summer
Okay.
look.
So okay, if I just
New year,
give me
new
a
me.
just give me a moment to explain. Like, so I think that Lauren Southern, regardless of whether Xander Hall debated her, whether anybody debated her, she already had a platform.
Wouldn't
Yes,
be
she
on
may have
fit.
been. She may have been. Well, she may have been on. Well, wait a minute. She may have been away. She may have been taking care of her kid or whatever, or giving birth to a baby or whatever, right? But that doesn't mean her audience automatically went away. They was still
no,
waiting
no.
for her. Yeah.
But even so,
Are we
I was
actually
watching.
switching
I was
the
torturing
conversation
people.
topic?
Sounds like it to me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm interested, I guess.
I'm interested.
conversation.
Now,
At the
can I
very
ask
least,
you-
Dude, like, look, like,
who's
you can be shut up, Wild man.
counterpoint?
So shut up.
Who's
So like,
counterpoint?
wait, look, shut up. Counterpoints isn't like a YouTube guy, but like, here's the thing. It's like, I
No,
think
it's
Ike was
not.
probably right, like, to be upset, but at the same time, it's like,
I'm
you
not
know, so
upset. It's
or
having
whatever.
impact
Like
on
your
the
criticism, I agree with it fundamentally, but here's the thing. It's like,
Yeah.
this is the popularity contest of the fucking internet, right? Like ultimately, what are you gonna do? You could just like be bitter about it, like that narrative adjustment, like that
No,
new
that's
fucking
not
positive
how that
vibe.
works.
That's not gonna go away, right? Like
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
gonna.
no. I just
We're
want
impotent in the
everyone.
face of
Listen.
that.
I cannot make anyone. I can't even tell what. I can't tell anyone what to do. I just want to make sure that we all know how this went down. So later on, we're like, oh, how did the Nazis get here? How are they so many? Like, how did this happen?
I have a legit,
We
a
know
legit opinion.
Xander
on this.
Hall
You might
got out of the
be
box
right,
again,
but my point
you know,
is
and
like
then
this is
person,
how the
I'm trying to-
popularity contest
bear
of the
witness.
internet
We have to
works,
fucking
right?
bear
I'm having
So-
a hard time following the conversation.
So look,
is Xander? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so again, what I would say is that I understand your concerns, Aiko. I 100% understand them, but
No,
regardless
this is
of
just reality. I'm saying what we just have to bear
Right.
witness so we can
If-
make
if-
informed choices. And
I
own them.
understand. I understand. If I can just say,
I got a
okay.
question.
Wait. Let me.
first, then me.
Wait. Okay. All right. Thank you. Because I'm gonna
Then
fucking.
me. I go next.
Okay, you go next. Okay. Again, I would still say she would have come back from her hiatus and she would have
don't know
had
that.
her 400. No, I do know that. Okay. She would have come back and she still would have had her 400 viewers or whatever on whatever platform she's on because
possibly.
she's Lauren fucking Southern and she has like,
Okay,
she has like
possibly.
20K people, I don't know, on her Twitter or whatever. I don't know.
Possibly.
But she still would have had her audience. So it's not really us platforming her. She's platforming us to her audience, you know?
Counterpoint said the exact same thing, and also in the same like 5 minutes talked about how he feels it in his gut, the pull when he thinks of his child that's like white with light eyes, and like the fear mongering.
Okay, well, I
that
never
kind of
said
thing.
any of that stuff. I never
No,
said
no,
any of
I
that
know.
stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, this is all happening within a single fucking world. We're in the space. Let's just look at it. Let's be honest about
Is
it.
this
Let's not
Lauren
act
Southern
like
character grown
people-
from a lab?
Wait,
Trying to follow.
She's
I'll-
literally fucking.
I have questions for
Wait,
Aiko.
I have
Then
a-
I actually am interested in this. I got questions for Aiko. First, I have a question for RJ. Does your lease allow you to smoke inside, RJ?
That's
Yes.
true. You should be careful
Does
about
it?
that.
Because I think you should be more respectful to your landlord who you pay rent to, bro.
Like,
Because that's not your
Did you
property.
not? Did I
Never
stutter? I said
respect
yes.
That's not your property, so I don't want you smoking in there. Then my
I want you
question
to
for
shut the
Aiko.
fuck up when you
I
don't know
mean,
what
no,
the
hold
fuck
on.
you're
I'm
talking
interested
about.
in. I'm interested in.
And you need to respect
I want
his
you to-
landlord.
I want
Okay,
Respect
okay,
his
let's
landlord.
say,
And
guys,
his
guys,
landlord.
everybody. Okay.
I have a
Wildman was
legitimate
waiting.
political question for
What?
Aiko.
He was waiting patiently, so I do want to give him a chance. Okay. So
Thank
Wildman,
you,
yes.
Cyrus. You're so sweet and kind and a generous host. And we should give some gift subs up in here. Everyone give $5. Come on, reach deep.
Any gifters in
Good.
chat? Any Oilers?
My question for Aiko, if you'd like to answer me. So like basically what I get from all this is like you're like I really like that you're like up in these people's business because you're messy like me. I like drama. But I don't know who these people are. Oh, I don't know.
drama.
It sounds like drama.
No,
Is it politics?
Drama, because she's literally like the alt-right female figure.
She's like the
Right?
poster
Wait,
child.
what?
Maybe, and now she's back. We can say she would come back if she wouldn't.
Is
We
she like a
don't
debate
have to
lady?
know things. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
she is.
you have to own
It's
when
like you
you're
just
the
like
person-
drama, and these
Right.
people are at your high school, and
Hey,
now
dude,
because you don't have like a place to
No,
go
it's
and like
not
be involved in other
me
people's lives.
anymore.
You get
Me
involved in these people's lives.
Because you're like a white dude. Whatever. Shut the fuck up.
Gladly.
Whoa.
Anyways,
okay, so
I like
as
that. I
the
like
brownest
drama
person
too.
here, I still don't find a problem with Lauren Southern being here. I think she's platforming me rather
Cool.
than me
Right.
platforming her, right?
That's great and all, but like it doesn't change the reality. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying.
Well, I'm
Jangles did a
glad
great-
because
Hold
I'm
on.
tired of people
Jangles
all over
did an
Twitch
amazing
trying to
job.
tell me who the fuck I can talk to.
No, no,
okay,
no, I'm not telling you
like
what to do.
I've had enough of it. It's misogynistic. Okay, I don't appreciate it when all these other people on Twitch tell
You're
me who I can
talking
talk
about
to.
another thing. Hold on. I'm saying I'm not telling you what to do. I think that Jangles did an excellent job dismantling her, her takes, her arguments.
Logic.
What?
With logic. He dismantled it with logic.
I like his education. But what I'm saying is we just have to acknowledge for ourselves our own contributions. That's it. Whatever they are. Just make informed, conscious, intentional choices. That's it.
Okay. But
It's
see, like,
absurd.
here's the thing, Aiko. You can make that argument. Somebody tried to get mad at me for platforming infrared for a pizza debate.
I don't care. That's
For a
nothing to do
pizza
with
debate.
Oh, I love
Right?
pizza.
You're not Lauren Southern. I don't give a fuck about this. This is a completely different.
Okay, but like people say that Haas is so
You
dangerous
about
as
me
well.
propagating fucking
Afraid.
fascist
It's because they're
ideology.
liberals who are afraid of the
Because
truth.
is okay. You're gonna say that there is not fascist ideology on both sides.
Are you gonna seriously compare
Ooh.
fucking Lauren
How could you say
Southern to
that about
infrared?
Haas and infrared, the people's champion?
I like infrared. But people
Don't
were mad at
share his
me
name with your
for
hypotheticals. Ever.
people were
I don't
people
care
were
who's
mad at me.
you. Lots of people are mad at me for shit. I don't fucking care. It's about actual fucking fascists.
Right, but
lady
we're talking.
fucking
It's the
telling
same
other
argument.
people,
It's the same
rebrand
argument,
her
isn't
to
it?
Other people.
That
We're
we
just
shouldn't
lucky
platform people
that
who are
not
clearly
interested in hiding
platforming
the
us.
power.
Aiko, are you
I'm
implying
sorry.
that
It's just not. I'm
Stardust is
not. I'm
committing
not
a
about.
harm?
It was.
I don't
it
think
was an
Stardust is
argument
trying to commit a harm here.
Invite her
Exactly.
on the panel.
No, it's not about. I'm talking in general, and Stardust is taking it personally. I understand. I don't
No,
know
I'm
if you've
not
talked.
taking- I'm not taking
her?
your
I
what you're
literally
saying
don't know if you do.
personally. I'm just saying in general, the argument itself, right, can be applied to
The
so many
argument.
different areas, right?
What have I made a prescription other than to just bear witness to what happens?
I mean, that's kind of the same thing Lauren does. I'm just stating facts. I'm not making a prescription.
Are you serious?
And I never said you can
No.
speak.
My
Now you're
prescription
censored
is
for the rest of the
make
panel. I'm serious this time.
conscious choices, and you're comparing this
I'm
to the
kidding.
great fucking replacement. We have to make sure that the little white kids aren't gonna get oppressed because we oppressed everyone. What is
The little Timmy
Timmy gonna
question,
do?
right?
Well, hold on. Look, I
Right,
got
the
totally
little
agree.
Timmy question.
I totally disagree with how you go here. This place is about fucking money, and
No,
anyone who thinks so is either naive or you're being forcefully naive.
Dude, shut up,
Without
you're
Lauren
right.
Southern, without
Dude,
Lauren
I've had
Southern.
enough of this shit.
Anyway.
I've had so much enough. I know it's
But
a
anyway, though.
meme, the and you're white meme.
But anyway, though, Lauren Southern
don't
provides
fucking
content
care,
for
dude. I
every
don't
little
care.
cretin on this
People are
website.
fucking-
Who
I don't
would
care.
vouch? Who would vouch?
I don't care.
What would
I
vouch
don't
talk
care.
about?
Shut
What
up.
would
I don't
you or
care.
Destiny or Relevant? You people have nothing to talk about. You need people like Lauren
Shut
Southern to give you
Oh,
something to fucking talk about.
you
I like talking about.
You have no
I would
fucking
rather.
context.
Okay, okay,
true.
guys,
Yeah,
guys,
no fucking
guys,
context.
guys,
Left
guys,
literally needs these
everybody,
people.
everybody. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Let me just say one thing. Okay, all right. I would rather have Lauren Southern's audience base that wouldn't normally be exposed to us to be
Our
exposed to
audience
us
base.
than to not
You?
be exposed to
Politics,
us at all.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying to not talk to her. I'm just saying that.
No, I
be
mean her
aware
audience
that
would be isolated otherwise. Then at least they're
Yeah,
here and they're
who?
being exposed.
No,
Except for who,
they're not
Carter?
isolated, but you are presenting. Okay, literally, we have people rewriting her entire story and trying to make her more palatable as like a centrist. We're when we do that and when
I
we
mean, I don't think
quote-unquote
she's a
try to
centrist.
reach.
I don't think she's a centrist. I don't think. I think most people are not fooled by that.
Right.
Most people don't think she's a
It doesn't matter.
centrist.
It doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Lauren Southern very specifically because like she's an activist. She's not just like a person talking shit. She like moves her body places and tries to throw it in front of what she said 10
spaces?
tons of HIV infected clothing dumped in the ocean. Like she says shit like that. Like every fucking day that she's here and people will cape for her. And she laughs at them. She laughs at any people that try to do that. Coomer points especially. I'll see you Friday, I guess. These fucking people, like, just know that she's laughing at you because you are trying to make her palatable, and then she's just like, nah,
Do you think-
actually.
Wait, Aiko, do you think she would be more palatable if she had a dick on her forehead?
Oh my god, we're getting into something juicy here, bro.
Yeah,
You
it's
bring
juicy.
that sailboat. Let her speak. Stop trying to silence her with your stupid little jokes.
No, I'm asking a question. She can respond.
I
or
got a
not.
question for Stardust.
I don't want to pressure her, you know.
So let's say
Stardust-
best case
I wanna
scenario,
hear if
Stardust.
Jingles has any-
Best
any-
case scenarios, Lauren Southern fans are exposed to the enlightened liberal center's take. Is that really that
I mean,
much
like,
different?
Don't feel obligated to Jangles, obviously. I was just wondering if you do have a take. I'd be interested.
Yeah, go ahead, Jangles, because you're the one being accused.
Shut up. He's not being accused
Okay,
of
all right.
anything.
You, Aiko. I agree somewhat in a way. I
Alright.
like the drama. Let's go.
I haven't seen any other responsible debate. Actually, no. Fnatic and Rosers did a good job.
Responsible debate. Go ahead, Jangles.
Okay, so I was prepared for a comedy panel, and I guess I'm gonna get serious now. The way I debated Lauren Southern was I debated her on the subject in which I have 2 degrees and 12 years of experience. I have a lot of experience with the debate, and I think that's an example of, like, if you're going to debate someone like Lauren Southern, just know what the fuck you're talking about. I do think it's, like, just know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, all the bad debates I've seen with her, it comes down to that. That's all you have to do. Study. Right? If you know you're going up against Lauren Southern, just study. Study your shit. Like, take notes. Know what the fuck you're talking about. Well, whatever topic that you choose, just know what the fuck you're talking about. That would fix 90% of the bad debates that I've ever seen.
Okay,
with her. Seriously, that's it.
But here's the thing, Jangles. With these large online personalities, we both know that if they have a fan base, that fan base is going to think that they won, and your fan base is going to think that you won, right?
That's a little bit weird. Of course, like, the fan base is always going to support her, but when it's very clear that she doesn't know what she's talking about on something, that does stick after a while. Like, if you repeatedly show, like, you are just incorrect on these topics, it would show that you know more than her. Yeah, of course, there's never just that, oh, I was a fan of Lauren Southern until I saw this one debate, and now I'm not a fan of her anymore. That's usually not how things work. Like, it
it takes time, right? Which is why you have a conversation.
No.
Stardust.
No,
this is absolute fucking bullshit. Don't listen to any of this. Oh, hold on. These people are you people even alive in 2016? All the responsible platform of Donald Trump. Oh, we like all the facts. Everyone, look at the facts. Look at the real data. Didn't do fucking shit. And guess what, Stardust? Don't listen to this. All these fucking people, and I'm not gonna name names, but every single motherfucker on the left here. What do? They watch PragerU videos. They watch Ben Shapiro. What? Can't believe what he said. All they do is drive hundreds of thousands more views and traffic and ad revenues to the same fucking people which they so-called hate. But they need it because that's all the content they have. Don't listen.
Yes.
Like, if you can interview Ben Shapiro or Mitch McConnell or some jackass, just fucking talk to him. And then even if you lose, you'll still win out because this is about fucking money. Why is Lauren Southern here? It's about fucking money.
I'm never going to be left enough for this space, right? To be legitimate enough to talk to these people, but I'm going to talk to them regardless, right? Like, I mean, I'm not. I don't think anybody gets to tell me. Nobody gets to tell me who I can and I can't talk to.
No one is telling you to not talk to her. People can be mad at you. I don't give a fuck, truly. If you have talked to her, I don't even fucking know about it. It's not about you. It's not about any individual. It's like there's a difference between bringing people over more-ish, right? And fucking Lauren Southern, who has not changed any of her fucking opinions and will barely concede rhetoric, and who yesterday was talking about fucking ethnomasochism.
Isn't she just like an average American?
She's Shut the Canadian.
Fuck up.
No,
She's Canadian.
She's Canadian. She's an average Canadian.
Yeah, isn't she like an average Anglo in her politics? Like, you've read a random Canadian off the street and asked them about
I don't think it's fair to criticize.
All right, everyone will be quiet.
You should probably shut the fuck up.
Who here has had like major debates with like big right-wing figures? No one else.
Me, I've debated everyone on the market, and I've won, and I've showed them the true.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Like,
yes, I have, bro. Because
be quiet. Be quiet, so someone who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about can actually speak.
You don't know what we're talking about, bro.
If all you have to do, like, seriously, if you're going to,
I know what's going on in the world, bro, and I know how to win the hearts and minds of people.
Okay, wait, guys. I understand what you're saying, Jangles, but I spent every hour that I was not at work, like going through Sean Last's stuff. That dude's been doing his race realism stuff for a decade. There was no fucking way.
We're talking about Lauren Southern.
Yeah,
no, but I understand the point that he was going to make, right? Like, oh, you just have to study, right? Like, yeah, you can, but I spent like every waking hour studying his stuff.
Not that serious. You guys are elevating the stakes because it makes you feel important.
It's not about that,
you responsibly debated somebody. You need to study. You need to study the logic. And
I don't think we should be afraid.
On the debate. No, it isn't. What Lauren Southern believes is fucking average. average, if the average
So-
American is a racist,
I've
fucking greedy,
muted Wildman, so
selfish
I don't know if
prick,
he's talking.
okay? And you liberals are never going to be able to
So, Aiko,
convince
did
the
you
masses
say
that we just need to outlogic
Seriously,
Just
outlogic
mute him.
I'm just gonna talk over.
capitalism. No,
I'm just
gonna
the
talk
the only
over,
path
uh,
forward
I-
is through something that
Wildman.
wins the hearts
So,
and
like-
minds of
Wildman,
the
okay,
people.
actually, like,
Wildman.
Not the
I
famous
actually
high
have
American
legit
liberal
experience in this.
bullshit.
I actually have legit
Bro,
experience in this.
have you ever even actually
I would like to
debated
hear. I would like
anyone?
to hear what. I would
Sure.
like to hear what Jangles has to say.
Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah.
God. So, if you are like, no one should feel obligated to engage with Lauren Southern, of course, right? And there is a ton of legitimate criticism, but most of what I've seen is like people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, talking to Lauren Southern and her getting easy content off of that. That shit is irresponsible. If you are going to get up into this space,
You can do it because you're the
Wildman,
genius.
shut the fuck up!
You're the
Shut the
genius.
fuck up! Shut up! All right.
Okay, Wildman, please,
him.
please.
Made
Mute
a
him and
300
listen.
viewer channel.
Jangles, you can
John
mute him.
Zerka
I
has
haven't
more
muted.
clout than Lauren Southern. No one fucking knows who that is. And
Right,
no
well,
one gives
man,
a fuck if you're a responsible debater.
Well, man,
I
shut the
watch
fuck
the debunking
Jangles,
videos.
exactly.
No, shut
Here's
the
the
fuck
best
up.
sources to
Shut
debunk Lauren Southern.
Wildman,
Fuck you and
Shut
everyone
the
who watches
Wildman,
the debate.
please. Wildman, please, please.
He's mad.
Wildman, okay, shut the fuck up, you little beta cuck mother bitch, okay? I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. So,
Nate was
if
right.
you're
It's all
going to-
about
if you're
money.
going
And you
to-
guys are just you guys are
God.
$1,000 a
No,
month.
shut the
Wildman,
freaking can.
Wildman,
Miserable
Wildman,
fucking
you're
job.
too close
Kick
to your
him.
mic.
Kick this piece of shit.
You're too close to your mic. Please stop.
All right,
okay?
all right. See, so Wildman is exactly the beta cuck piece of shit who should not be talking to Lauren Southern. All right, he's not capable of it, and neither is like 90% of the people Lauren is getting content off of. See, if you are going to engage with Lauren, know your shit. Pick a topic, pick a topic that you know, and then whatever you think you know,
He's
study
studying
twice
the
as more. He's talking again. All right, so just pick a
Study
topic that
the
you know and
topic.
study more on top of that. All right, and
Study.
get good at rhetoric. Get practice.
You
at
love
debate.
school. We get it. You
So
love
all you have to
school.
do
Okay,
is, like,
okay,
all
okay.
you have to get good at debate. This is a skill that you can learn. Learn how to make logical connections. Learn how to find the flaws in her reasoning. Learn how to find the flaws in like anybody's reasoning, because Lauren is not a genius. She's spouting like a lot of like regular conservative talking points with like white nationalist undertones, which is just regular conservative talking points. So know those really well. All right, if you're going to engage with her, and again, if you don't have to, and I encourage most people not to. All right, if you
Very
aren't,
dangerous.
know your
Do what
shit.
I do.
No, okay, well you can.
I'm
If
a
you're a
trained
little,
professional.
if you're a little pussy bitch like Wildman, just stay away from everything, okay? So, but if you're actually going to engage in this space,
When I talk to
she
people
does
about
not.
politics, when I talk to my coworkers and my
You don't know-
family and my
dog, you
real
don't know
life
shit
friends about
about shit.
politics,
I'm convinced
they
of this, all right?
agree
You have
with
not done
me.
anything in your
For a
entire
second.
life,
That's
all right?
real
That's why you
pussy
have to like.
Okay,
future.
Wildman,
you have to
Wildman,
do
please,
something.
please,
I mean, Jangles
please.
is pretty much correct
Wildman,
on all
please.
these points.
tired,
please.
recycled,
I
liberal
would love to hear his
tabloid.
full point.
I would like to, yeah, I
Okay.
want to hear what Jangles' full point is, and I would like to respond actually to that. So,
Okay, that was my point. All right, if you're going to engage
Yeah.
with Lauren, she's not like, do not put her up on this pedestal. She
You
knows
are.
more than the average. She knows more than the average conservative. Right? She actually is smart. She does do research. So what? Do more. All right, do more research. Know more than her. She is good at speaking. So what? Be better than her. She has this space. All right. It is not up to us whether or not Lauren Southern has a platform. It's not up to us. What we can do, all you've guaranteed if you refuse to debate her is you've guaranteed that she has this platform to proselytize to her audience without any pushback whatsoever. And a lot of
exactly.
people that I've seen, and I'm not talking about Stardust. I've been talking about like the like some like call-in streams that I've been unfortunately like I've been a part of. A lot of people just like want to attack her like based on things she did without like, just like based on like they've half read a Wikipedia article and they're going in with that. No, you have time. All right, pick a topic, know the fuck about that topic, and then engage her on that. All right, that's all.
Actually,
you have to do.
immigration actually declined in recent years. Oh, okay. I'm
Don't be
racist
like Wildman.
anymore.
wait,
Don't be
wait,
like
wait.
Wildman.
I
Oh,
okay.
the statistics? Okay,
The reason,
I guess I
the
won't be
reason
racist
I did so well
anymore.
against Lauren is because it's something I know back like.
You
front,
didn't
back, and
do
forth.
well, bro. You're a
I just want
loser,
to
bro.
clarify one thing.
Okay.
I wasn't specifically talking about, people debating against her. It was more like the apologia, like Coomer points,
Okay.
like, and people rewriting her narrative and spoon feeding it to her as well as the people watching at the same time, and she's just spitting it out into like his face. I mean, I saw like Booksmart's talked to her and like with and I don't know who the person was that that Counterpoints dragged on to do I don't know, PR 2-hour
Yeah.
PR thing.
Well, I know
with
both.
him.
So Counterpoints is one of my good friends. I know Booksmarts. Now that is,
I
do
do.
think there's some.
I do consider Booksmarts a friend.
Okay, so I do. That could be considered like irresponsible platforming, but also like think of like a left winger, like someone that you really.
But
like, and
question. Did you see yesterday's thing?
No.
With his friend.
You saw it apparently, Aiko. You're the one watching, Aiko.
Oh man, shut the fuck up! Seriously, you're
So
you have contributed nothing. You've been garbage this entire time.
You're
Okay?
so serious
I'd like to
about
know your
nothing,
thoughts,
bro.
like, after
Your
you
life is
watch that.
meaningless. Your politics, the way you
Yep,
engage with
my
the world is
life is
fucking
meaningless.
fruitless.
Awesome. Yep.
Wow,
that's why
man,
we're both here.
please.
no. I mean, like.
I'm just saying, I'm trying
what?
to reality
No,
check
shut
this
the
in cold
fuck
water.
up, all right? You're here with us, all right? What do you got going on
You're
on
on a
Saturday night?
panel
all right?
about
I
lion
used to
dicks,
on the
dude.
forehead and farts and poo like we used to.
Yeah,
Now
you
that
agreed
we
to this
really
panel
talk
like
about-
everyone else, all right? Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
showing a mirror to you, bro, showing you how fucking futile your little debates with Lauren Southern is, bro.
All right, you have done so much for the world, all right? You're
I've done
such
way
a
more-
strong
I've done way more in
boy.
real life.
You're such a big boy. You're
I'm
so
a leader.
strong
I'm
and
a leader in life. I'm a leader
You're
in work.
such a
I'm a leader
leader.
amongst my family and
Do we
friends.
want to
You're
go back to Lion
you're a
Dick?
leader amongst your family and friends.
I'm a
Cool.
leader.
I'm sure
'cause
all
I
of
show
them
them,
think
I
that
show them the
about you,
truth
all right?
about the world.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm sure all of them think that about you. All right, so if we are
I speak about the world truthfully.
yeah, of course you speak about the world truthfully. You're so smart. You're so strong. I'm calling you strong. You're a big boy. You're
It's hard to recognize what's going on,
and
bro.
handsome. You're wonderful.
Okay,
And
Okay,
you-
if I
Wildman
can,
at all?
if I can cut in here, okay. I see what you're saying, Jangles, and I agree with you. There's still going to be moments where people are going to be debating her and they're going to fail spectacularly, and I don't think that that's necessarily irresponsible platforming because at least they're trying to provide pushback to her, right? And even if they don't do it successfully in that point, in that point in time, right? They can still do it in the future, and I still think it's
Wait, who?
valuable to see people. I'm not talking about anybody
just in general?
specifically. I'm not talking
Okay.
about anybody. Yeah, but there are going to still be people who fail spectacularly, and sure, maybe some people think that I'm echoing. By the way, Wildman, do you think you can turn down your speakers?
My bad. I watch you guys on. I want you guys on surround sound, 5.1.
Oh, okay.
I want to
Okay.
hear you guys loud, so I can get the
Wow.
ideas in my head, process them.
So there's still going to be people who spectacularly fail, right? And I don't think that that's necessarily irresponsible platforming. I think what would have happened is Lauren Southern would be out there and she would have, like Aiko was saying, people who are rewriting her story, and there would be no pushback. At least we've got people who come from all walks of life, who come from all types of education, who are willing to go up there and talk to her and push back on her. And people are not going to get better without doing more of that.
That's true.
I have
That-
something
no,
I actually want to
100%
contribute
point.
here. So,
That would be
like,
more
I
conversation.
fundamentally like agree with Nate's take. Like, this is really like just a big hustle, right? It's like, of course, like Lauren Southern is
All the
going through
white
like a little bit
dudes
of a
have the same
rebranding. Like, I haven't spoken for like half an hour. Can you just let me like not interrupt me, please? Thank you. So, like what's going on is like, sure, like you rebranding or whatever, but this is all just like a big popularity contest of online politics, right? Like it's just the popularity contest of getting views on the internet. Like what happened in like 2016? Like did anything really work? Like no, it was a fucking disaster. And what happened since 2016 when all that shit kind of got a little bit more pushback? You know, it's like, have you ever like found a movie that you really liked and then you watch it like 3 or 4 times? You're like, oh man, that movie's sick. And then eventually it just gets annoying. Like this is what happened with SJWs in like 2014. This is what happened with anti-SJWs in 2016. This is what's going to happen with all these fucking lefties on Twitch today. Like it's all just going to keep going because it's all just, it's just entertainment. It's infotainment, right? Like there's no,
They said about
everybody talks the talk.
How
It's
old
like,
were
oh,
you in 2014?
shut up. Everybody knows what. Everybody
I mean,
knows,
listen,
like,
kid.
the
Listen, kid. How
you
fucking old
you
were
shut
you
the
in
fuck
2014?
up. I know,
Okay,
I know
guys,
much
guys,
more
guys,
about this than you. Can you
guys,
just let me
guys,
speak?
guys,
Chill.
Please,
dude.
please,
So, like,
please,
what's
please.
going on here,
RJ
right?
hasn't spoken in a while, so let's let him
Yeah.
finish. Yeah.
So everybody talks the talk. It's like, oh, you need to go volunteer, you need to organize, you need to like go do local politics, but nobody actually fucking walks the walk. Everybody fucking says this shit on this platform, and hardly
my
anybody
God.
actually fucking does it.
So fucking
Right?
empty.
So if you
Sure.
actually care about this shit for real, why don't you actually go
You're not
fucking
even
do that
talking
stuff
about
and
the
stop
same
talking
fucking-
about this stuff?
Okay,
Fine.
dealing
We are
with
talking about the same
that
thing.
shit.
You're just
RJ,
stuck in
the
some
sleeper.
fucking
White,
town.
white
Okay,
kid.
okay.
Listen, dude. You may not understand why it's bad for people to hate brown people. Like, But
Yeah, that's
you
definitely what I don't
fucking
understand.
We're talking about Lauren Southern. We're not talking about going.
This
and
is a
fucking
great
voting,
interpretation of what I said.
Voting, you
Amazing
fucking little
job listening.
child.
No,
How
he's
the
not
fuck
talking about.
old
He's
are
not
you?
talking about. Okay, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait
I
a
know.
minute.
How about
Wait a
we
minute.
get
Wait,
your
wait,
cheese
wait,
at
wait, guys,
Grinder,
guys,
and then
guys,
maybe you
guys,
can
guys,
talk.
please. RJ is not somebody who just goes out and votes, right? That's not the. That's not the
what he
end.
said, literally
That's
right
not.
now,
No, that's not what he said. No,
organizing.
Aiko. He actually
I'm
goes out.
addressing
He
what he's
actually
saying.
does stuff. He actually
I
does
don't
stuff.
care. I don't
Okay,
care.
but you're making this You're making this
I don't care.
equivalency that
I'm
that's
just
not
gonna make a
there.
spectacle on Twitch.tv. That's gonna be real politics.
We were talking
this is
about
just copium,
Lauren
dude.
Southern and dude, again, you're fucking white and like 12. Shut the fuck
I
up.
can help here.
Yeah, I'm white and
Thank you,
12.
Jangles. Please,
I
an
can-
adult.
All right, so I can help. RJ had a point. Politics kind of is a popularity contest. If we pretend that the popularity contest doesn't matter, we lose. All right. What the fuck good is your good idea if more people don't see it? So infotainment, that has to be a thing in our arsenal, because who cares if something's not popular, it doesn't get passed. If something's not popular, it doesn't get heard. That has to be something that we incorporate. And so if Lauren Southern has an audience, it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter if we platform her. If she has an audience, she's going to get that. How many people is fucking Steven Crowder platformed? All right, it doesn't no one how many people platform Steven Crowder? No one he has this audience.
Yeah.
All we are doing if we refuse to debate people and refuse to platform.
No,
is
that's
making
not
sure
what
they
that
have their
is.
own
That's not what
thing.
that is. I'm sorry.
It
With
is.
peace and
No,
love,
it is.
peace and love. With peace and love. I mean, I would love to hear what you think after after you watch Counterpoints and Lauren, what they did last night. I
Honestly,
went in open-minded.
I haven't seen that, but honestly, I
It
would
was pretty
much
bad.
rather Lauren Southern's audience, because I know Counterpoints. I would much rather them get keyed onto
No,
onto
he was
Counterpoints.
literally backing her up with great replacement
Well,
panic.
He
Like-
wasn't
Well, I
exactly
haven't
doing
seen
that.
it.
He wasn't
Rewriting.
exactly doing that. He
I
was
don't care
basically he was
what
trying to
he
explain
just-
to her
I-
how
hmm.
other people interpret it and stuff. I agree that it
Right,
wasn't
but
the
she's
best
like,
showing.
nah, fuck you. She's like,
RJ?
he's like pitching it to her and saying like, oh, this is what she means, right, Lauren? And she just smiles and doesn't say anything. So
RJ,
it's like, watch that. Like, I understand. We don't know until we know, right? And I was like, okay, cool. There are people like keeping an eye on her. Samantha's around, whatever. And then like I saw her talk to Booksmarts. I talked to Counterpoints yesterday, and
Binge watch her, huh?
she's literally just rewatching her old videos and being like, yeah, I still, this is still a thing.
Let's just say one thing to RJ. RJ, how dare you try to do real politics? You should have created a video responding to the latest thing the right-wing person said, which we can then empirically show. When you correctly disproved them and correctly showed all the facts, we could have showed that it created less right-wing support and then therefore created better policies, right? How dare you try to do real-life activism? How dare you?
How dare you go out in
that's
the
a mic
streets,
drop right
RJ,
there.
and actually do things? So
That true. And
I
that was
actually
a,
do things.
that
I
was a-
organize.
that was a compliment, RJ.
He
more
said
than
doo
anything, I
doo.
think.
Ha.
That was a
I
compliment.
literally
RJ.
don't
Yeah.
fucking care. Bad things are bad, right? Like, you can do things that are good.
Source.
Organizing is good. But then also, it's a completely different thing to be caping for Lauren Southern, which is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people who debate her. I'm talking about people who are literally rewriting her narrative for her.
Well, what do you consider
It's very-
rewriting? Like,
it's
would you
really
blame the
complicated.
Sudanese guy who was on that show?
I watched the first half. I didn't get to see him say his things. I feel like that person, depends on what he says for, the rest of the panel, or not the panel, whatever the fuck that was. But I would say that Counterpoints put him in a pretty fucking awkward position. If he's over here on Lauren's side, it's kind of like what is he going to debate them? Like, you have to obviously be extremely charitable. So I'll see the
It's
second
really
half.
complicated.
Yeah.
The people who are very concerned, Lauren Southern is who she is, and she's just grifting. She's pretending to be this new, more.
She's not
before, more
pretending.
modern person. Well, yeah.
She's-
That is that concern is definitely super valid. But if she is, it doesn't matter what's in her heart. If she is rebranding and the message that she's sending out is more moderate, and there are people like Counterpoints who are trying to pull her over to a more moderate position. Again,
No, he's
I haven't
not.
saw that. Well, no, again, I haven't seen that
Right.
conversation on Friday, so I can't
Right.
say. So I'm just talking like hypothetically here and based on what the little bit I've seen, that would be a net good. All right, even if she is horrible, and I do think like in her heart, I do think she's still like the same like white nationalist piece of shit that she's always been. But what matters is the messaging. What matters is what information she's putting out there. What is she,
Right,
she trying to
exactly.
influence the other people?
Exactly.
And if we can, if
Right.
even if she can trick people into thinking she's more moderate.
No, she's not trying to.
Oh, well,
Thank you
okay.
for
Counterpoint
Again,
was
I
trying to do that, and
Thanks,
she
Deluxe.
rejected.
Thank you everybody
the
for the
right
gifted
is what I'm
subs.
trying to
Very
say this
kind
whole
of
time.
you.
He would present like, oh, do you see how it could like maybe do this, and then she would, yeah, she was like actually, and maybe she would give up one like word, one super semantic, and yeah, but basically just a
based on what you
rejection of the
based on that-
rewriting.
Yeah, based on how you've described it, I still think that's good because counterpoints is there, like giving what might be considered a more palatable view to.
Okay,
her
wrap it up.
audience. And so
No.
well,
It
no,
was
no,
still
no.
a
He's
great
gonna give a
replacement.
more reasonable, like
More palatable, great replacement panic, talking about his fucking child that he's concerned about, like being like a white minority in
Well,
the future.
okay,
like, no.
That's not what he said. He was.
To be fair, right? If we're going to be effective in talking to people from that point of view, we should know what their views are going to be, right? Why exactly they hold this fear inside them, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we should
maybe
know. And I just want it to be known that the information, like, again, if you disagree with me, Jangles, anyone here, I mean, I don't give a fuck what a couple people think, but
well, I
if
understand
you
the
watch,
concerns. I don't disagree. The concerns are very valid.
so what I'm saying is that, like, I'd be interested to know after you watch, and if you disagree with me after watching, then that's fine. I just want people to see for themselves, make their own choices, and be informed, and not be able to say that they didn't know a certain thing. I just want everyone to own, me included. I try to just be aware of what I'm doing, so at least I can own it if it goes awry. That's it.
thank you, Couchman.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
don't
Face
disagree.
Deluxe.
Like, and also,
Thank you,
like,
Larry.
They just
Stardust knows
finished
us
that
very well. Like,
conversation, RJ. I think you missed
no,
your
no, well,
opportunity.
man, I'm actually just going to
Just wrap
contribute
up
my
the
own thing. That's what
conversation
people do when they
on
show up on these
other
panels. So
whether
why
it's
don't you just drop it? Why don't you just shut the
responsible
fuck
to
up for
Well,
once,
then,
Schwab,
man,
man?
Forever.
Like,
Like,
now,
can you
okay,
actually
that's
piece of
good.
shit never talk again?
You might
Quiet
have
down
had
for a
I mean,
second,
earlier if
okay?
you wanted to get your
Oh,
opinion.
Okay,
dude,
okay,
I
okay.
don't
Wait,
even know what I'm saying.
wait,
Shut
guys.
up.
Okay, RJ, why don't you finish up and then
Wrap
we'll
it
go
up,
to
RJ.
Xath.
Go ahead. Come on. 10
We'll
seconds.
go
Go.
to Xath after RJ's finished. Okay,
All I
and
was
then-
going to say was, like, Stardust knows, like, I'm on board with all the concerns you have about Lauren Sullivan's current, like, rebranding and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Aiko. And, like, I love what people like Jangles do. Like I watched his conversation, at least part of it, and I thought it was fucking awesome stuff. But at the end of the day, what I've been talking about is just that there's, like, a certain amount of, like, you know, this is just infotainment. Like, what's really going on here is that there's, like, a market for somebody that's not you. That somebody has different views from you.
Man,
Well, man, can you shut up?
I've been on Twitch
Like,
for
so-
a long fucking time. At
Okay,
this
you've
point.
been on Twitch for a long fucking time, but you still haven't learned to stop interrupting people, which is interesting. But,
I mean-
so what I'm saying is essentially, like, there's just a market
That's
for
kind
this
of
going
the
on, right? So you just have to kind of adapt and, like, well, there's a lot of fucking people who talk big talk about, like, actually caring about this
Your
stuff. Nobody actually fucking wants to
coworkers.
walk.
Talk to your Talk to your fucking
Okay,
white
whatever you were
family
talking.
members.
I don't know what the fuck you were talking about, but
RJ, go talk to your fucking uncle and aunt.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Talk to
Armin.
them. You don't need to talk to
Okay.
anyone
I don't
else.
know.
Okay,
Shut up.
okay,
Shut
okay,
up.
guys. Xath
Ask
is
for
gonna
Natesuede
go.
on the topic. Go.
Xath is gonna go.
I didn't feel like it was my place to speak on what Aiko was saying because I haven't watched what they were talking about, and also I'm not like the most well versed in politics, so I'm sorry for staying quiet so long. But Jangles, my chat is simping for you so fucking hard. So they think you're super handsome.
Awesome. And then
You look like
Asron.
Ruined it.
I will say,
Asron
Jangles,
wanted
have
to
you ever
say-
seen Psych? Because you look like the detective guy.
I look like every white dude on television. I have a beard.
You really look like this white dude. Trust me.
I'm kind of with Xath on this one. I'm not completely in the loop. I'm gonna unmask myself, and I'm a big DGG guy. I did watch the Destiny video
there.
when he talked to Lauren Southern, and I think she got absolutely reamed. So I think there's plenty of like content creators who can take her on, and I don't think we should like be afraid to like platform her to basically like shoot down her ideas, even if they're like at a level where it's just kind of like dog whistling at this point. So we shouldn't be afraid of that. And if Aiko, your concern is like there are other people who are like who are like rewriting what she's saying so it's more palpable and consumable to like more people, and that is kind of harmful. I get that, but I think that's something that we can also just kind of call out, which I think is what you're doing. But I don't know. Yeah.
What to do, because I don't know. Maybe they'll do a good job like Jangles did. Maybe they won't. I just am looking, and I just want everyone to be like transparent about what they're doing. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very complicated.
Fair
Like
enough,
I can
fair enough.
see the concerns with someone who's like trying to make her views more palatable. I definitely see the concerns there, but also I think there could be some utility in like someone trying to moderate her positions, like because it's the audience is what matters. So if you can like
Right.
take something like something
Got you.
bullshit that what Lauren Southern says and like play like, wait, here's the reasonable interpretation, and this is a much more reasonable thing for you as a singular audience member to believe. I do think that could be a good thing, but again, I see the concerns on both sides there. It's never a right or wrong choice. This is complicated, and
There is
it's-
some
I mean, there is
utility.
definitely wrong.
There is some
I just would
utility.
be interested
in-
after you guys watch the thing from yesterday, because like I was psyched for book smarts because I
Watching it.
thought that there was going to be one kind of way. I still have to talk to him about it, but like, you know, it's just we don't know how someone's going to do until they do it, and then we see what happens. And yeah,
I don't, because I don't watch it.
I'd
We
be
don't
interested
see
to
nothing.
know like what you think. I guess what just if you can, or where you're at, just overall, like your take on, I guess, what Counterpoints was doing with, like,
I
if
didn't
you
see
end
it.
up
I don't know who that
disagreeing
is.
with me, or, you know, whatever. Just
So
overall.
I
Insane.
Afterwards.
I do think that there.
Insane. Insane. Natesuede, anything? Wrap it up.
I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna, instead of spending time doing anything else, I'm gonna spend even more time watching these right-wing content creators, and then maybe if I make enough response videos and win enough debates, I'll be able to buy a mansion one day. That's
That's a good point.
what
I'm
I'm
going to
hoping
watch
for.
Lauren Southern tomorrow to make sure
you
whoever's
putting that
debating her really nails into her.
Yeah.
Well, man, can you pick on me to speak, please?
Huh?
you-
Okay. So I think we kind of have beat this topic into the ground a little bit. Maybe we want to go back to the cannibalism stuff. I don't know. Or if you guys are tired, I understand it. You know.
I'm
you've been here.
tired.
I'm here
man.
all night.
I'm probably
tired.
gonna go make myself some dinner.
Okay.
That's good. I give Pan
self-care.
permission to
Thank
leave.
you.
Your
Thank you, Wild.
performance
I
here
really
was- you don't
appreciate
have
it.
to Shut up. You don't have to say goodbye.
no
I'll
one
do it
cares
for
about
you.
what you have to say, Wild
Go
Man,
ahead
about
and goodbye.
anything ever.
Okay.
Pan,
okay,
it's been a
um,
pleasure,
We'll meet
actually.
it on
Yes,
my
Pan,
end.
it has been a pleasure.
Goodbye.
And let me shout you out, okay? Why don't you give
Everyone
an
follow
intro
Pan.
or outro, you know?
Give him some money.
Oh yeah.
Don't
Just
force
follow
him into
me
a real
on
job.
Twitter
Make
or
sure you
Twitch.
Shut up, Wild Man.
I don't need a real job. None of my stuff's monetized. I haven't even streamed. But hopefully I'll start streaming. I think it's fun. I think you guys are a cool community to hang out with, at least most of you. And yeah, I hope to see more of you all in the future. Bye.
Peace.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
Dude.
Okay. I'm going to also. Fuck. Lost my place in here. Fuck. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I was throwing the link. Yeah, I'm gonna also peace out. Thank you
Okay.
for tolerating me. I appreciate it, and following
thank
me
you for
into a
joining
darker
us.
place.
Thank you for joining us. I know I started a couple of fights, but I enjoyed it.
No,
so,
no, no.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd be interested to know, like, both of your, you and Jangles, like, your thoughts after you watch the
Yeah.
thing from yesterday. That would be very cool.
I am
Definitely.
Gonna check that out.
I will be sure to watch it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to see everyone. I'm AikoRulz.
Please
I
go
don't know.
follow her.
Thanks. I'm really stoned. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Uh-oh. She's
She's got a long night ahead of her. A couple
She-
Lauren Southern
she
clips
left.
to watch. Some Ben Shapiro clips to watch.
Oh, Wild
I mean,
Man, your camera's gone.
Wild Man,
Wait.
I don't see you.
My camera's gone.
My God.
Yeah.
Well,
Do the unplug it.
I
plug it
really,
back in.
I really gotta get going here. It's
Okay.
been fun.
Oh
But,
darn.
I want to say generally, it seems that really no one here has any idea what they're talking about. But hopefully, like you might have learned a thing or two,
Mhm.
And so, all
Thanks
the
for
fans
educating
in
us.
chat,
Thank you for blessing us with your knowledge, Wildman.
goodbye and good night.
Bye,
God
Wild
bless
Man.
everyone.
I love you.
Stardust, take care. Goodbye.
Wow.
He didn't
That
say
was
it back.
something.
Damn.
I think you're moving too fast for him.
It's true.
Yeah.
This has been a great panel. I'm here till the very end. I've got nothing else lined up for the rest of the night. I'm here to talk about politics, lion dick, and everything in between.
I was having
About a-
so much fun with the dick and the cannibalism
No, right?
conversation, and then this happened, but I couldn't help myself. I had to engage in it. I couldn't help it.
I ran out
That's
of
fine.
alcohol.
Yeah.
My fuel.
So where are we at now, Stardust? What's on your mind?
I'm just absorbing it. I'm just absorbing everything that just happened.
You vibing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just vibing. Yeah. I'll probably be super fucking blazed in like half an hour or something. I don't know. So, yeah, that was wild. Somebody said, let me see.
I saw a comment from some guy named I'm Really Important. I'm not sure who this guy is, but I think he had a good point saying like on the Twitch platform, it's really about video games, so the harm isn't really like,
Yeah, he did
base-
say
oh.
like, hey, this is a place for video game people, so who really cares anyways, So,
yeah, but that's, I don't know, it's just some
I do think
random
it's
chatter,
good
I
to,
think.
like just ask the normies in your life who don't spend all their time online if they know who Lauren Southern is. That could be a good like perspective shift.
oh yeah, it's so good to
Yep.
get grounded in reality because like
Mhm.
I used to argue with Nazis all the
is.
time, dude, and holy fucking shit, you hang out with like enough people and they like they make you feel like they are the norm, right? And then you have to go back to like reality, be like, okay, don't worry, like not everybody is a Nazi. Like
Mhm. Touch the grass and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Grass every-
Yeah,
breathe-
and
breathe
Yeah,
some
I
real
was gonna
air.
say too, like that, like there was
A
like a
cat
comment.
touches
I
the
can't remember
grass?
who
Does that
said
count?
it, but somebody was saying how like Lauren Southern is like a typical American or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if anybody else on this panel is Canadian, but I'm Canadian, and like Lauren Southern is like fucking so out there to the typical Canadian.
what the fuck was that?
Like she worked for Rebel
It's
News.
just
I said
She's
that.
like
Wildman
this
talking out of his
hilarious
ass.
like bright
No, that-
bar type shit. Like nobody.
I did say that was
fucking watches
that
Rebel News.
Lauren was an average Canadian, but I was still in the meme mode, so I had to like.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I'll let
like-
you get away with that one.
Yeah, do we keep kayfabe when fucking Wildman is just?
I think Wildman was really here to meme, and he really did meme the entire time. So I have to give him props for that much, you know.
I do not. I don't think he's interacted with humans before.
He's
I don't know,
definitely
I don't know,
never
I think
put
some-
his
I think somebody on
pee
this panel might have
inside of
interacted with
another
him before.
person. Ever.
That
Um,
man does not fuck.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say. I'm sure he's
I
got a
would.
healthy,
I
you
would,
know,
yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
life, whatever. Anyways, yeah, that was something. Holy fuck. I don't know. I don't know what just happened.
So this is my
Yeah.
first panel.
Well,
Ever.
It's a
welcome.
great
Welcome.
first panel.
Yeah,
I
this
did,
was
I did
amazing.
warn you. You still have an opportunity to back out, and you didn't take it. So
You
This is
did
my
warn
second
me.
panel, so it's like I've already had the first time for me on another panel, but yeah, this is a crazy experience. I'm really enjoying this. So yeah.
You guys,
I'm a
please
veteran.
share Chaoscast with all of your friends and family, okay? I know I
Yeah.
talk about a lot of weird shit, but you know they might.
Oh,
think
I
it's
did. I
funny.
was so
They might like
pumped.
it.
Then
Awesome.
send the panel about like the forehead dicks to your grandma.
Ooh, get all
Well,
those
she
clips
words
and ship them.
said she would have enjoyed that.
Really? Your grandma's
Yeah.
way cooler than mine was before she died.
My grandma
Now
was
she's cool as fuck.
awesome.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would never say that about my dead grandmother. I made a picture of Wildman with a dick on his head. Did you really, Rabid Wombat?
Oh shit!
Wildman
You can't
seems
show
like
it on
he's in a
stream,
lot
but
of
I'm
pain.
super curious.
Oh, can I start a little bit of drama with a question to you, Stardust?
Yeah.
So I saw a comment, I forget where it was, in some Twitch chat. I think it was like on John Zerka when Infrared was on. and there was a comment in Twitch chat that went like blazing by, but it was like, I think Hawes acts like a meme Chad to hide a lot of pain, you know, and I think that's true of a lot of people on this platform. What do you think about this?
I think that's actually incredibly accurate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People
Very
who
so.
are in a lot of pain, yeah, they act like a meme Chad, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
also
think that's
like
why I'm
a-
drawn to them. I think that's why
You know
I
who
love
I
them so
don't
much.
think? You know who I don't think does that? Jangles. I like this guy a lot. I've been on.
Yeah.
We've done 3 Chaoscasts now. I think he's one of the most real people that's on here.
Yeah, he is.
You've made some mistakes then. You have.
And Jangles is honestly one of my favorite people.
I can't.
And I feel like
can't
you
handle
get what I'm
compliments.
saying. I feel like you get my perspective, you know? Like I know I come off as like hysterical or whatever, a hysterical screeching woman or whatever, but like I feel like I don't know.
Moid.
Huh?
Femoid.
Yeah, femoid or whatever
Yeah.
they say. But you know, I've just had so many people try to tell me what's responsible platforming and what's irresponsible platforming. And I think at the end of the day, it feels gatekeepy to me, you know? And
It is.
I feel
It
like
is.
everybody should have the equal opportunity to have that content on their channel. Like who the fuck are these other people that are so much better than me that can have these people on as content and I can't for some reason, right? Or some other person can't, right? Who's even smaller than me. Like what's wrong with that? Like it's just gatekeepy. It's like, oh, you're not good enough. You're not worth enough, you know? And I don't think that's true. I think people need to practice with these people to get better. And people need to people need to engage with them and have conversations with them to even have the other side view you as a human, right? So
Yeah, you got to grind. Otherwise, you're stuck in yellow hell. Like, you know, you're debating all the like the like 2 viewer like Discord freaks. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, you gotta rank up.
Rhetoric
There's
is
a lot of people-
Yeah,
there's a
rhetoric
lot
is
of people-
skill. Sorry.
Well, there are a lot of people on the left, especially like the smaller streamers, and they be like saying, "Oh no, don't talk to Destiny." And this is like years ago. Like you know, every you know, occasionally there's always Destiny drama. It's like, don't talk to them. You know, you just you know, it's bad. You know, you're gonna spread these ideas, and you know, I think it was at a time when they were doing like, the whole N-word debate with you know, Trihex or whatever it was. It's like
No, earlier than that too, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like don't talk to them. Then the very same people will tell you not to do it. Will go and talk to them because that is the business move. The business
Yeah.
move in this business. Like I don't even think John Zerka or who is it? Infrared. I don't even think it's an act. You know, I think they're dead up 100% for real, and like they fit in. It's like certain people, in my opinion, like the best politicians are just sociopaths who can use everybody, stab people in the back when necessary, cutthroats when they have to, and then they rise to the top. That's who rises to the top of our systems in real life. Scum fucking people. And you know, everyone thinks it's great until, you know, a Cuomo story comes out. You realize it's all sexual harassment. You realize it's all shady deals and backroom shit. That's what it is on this platform too. You know, who even knows what's going on behind the scenes? I don't. But the point is, like, it's a business, and if you have a certain kind of act, it can really pay off. You know, but like, I think you're 100% right. Like, there is no loss. Even if you lost horribly to like Lawrence Southern in a debate, you still won because you might pick up 40 people. You might pick up 100 people. It doesn't matter because it's just about you and your platform and your popularity and your bankroll. You're the one working. How long do you normally stream? Like you know, 6 hours a day or something like that? You gotta get paid, you know?
Hey,
You gotta
I've
respect
lost-
the hustle.
I have lost a ton of debates. All right, they're all practice. Rhetoric is a skill, and just like any other
yeah.
skill, it can atrophy. And so if you it does take practice. I feel like too many people think that like debate or rhetoric is something that you're just intrinsically good at, and that's why you shouldn't value it because like, oh, that's just something like the right has. And there is a conversation to be had, like conservatives will always have an advantage because conservatives are like appealing to comforts, they're appealing to status quo, like they're justifying the current system that everyone's living in, so they will have an advantage there. But that doesn't mean we can't get better at it, all right? That doesn't mean we can't be better than them at it. It is a skill that you can cultivate. Thinking on your feet, that is a skill that you can cultivate. I'm obviously not very good at it, but it is
think you're
something
good
that
at
we shouldn't just let them have, all right? Because unfortunately, I'm not going to say unfortunately, like in a democratic society, we do have to talk to people who don't agree with us. We do have to like talk with people who disagree with us, because that's going to be how like we find the middle ground, or even not the middle ground. We might be able to convince someone over to our position.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of us, since we're so averse to conflict, like that skill has atrophied, and so like we view like this narrow and narrow niche of ideas as acceptable, and like the more and more ideas outside of that is unacceptable. And I feel like we have taken like, yeah, you don't have to argue with every single chud you find on the internet. Of course, that's fine, but if you take that too far and just say like any disagreement, any like regular American opinion or Canadian opinion, if you're Canadian or worse British, any like regular opinions become so far like outside of what you're able to tolerate. I think that is damaging to your overall psyche, and especially as an advocate. If you're an advocate or for any sort of position, you need to know what the position thinks. You need to be very. You not only do you need to be comfortable with that, you need to be entrenched in that. That needs to be your life. Who cares what your side thinks if you're an advocate? That is inconsequential. If you're an advocate, you're trying to talk to the person who doesn't agree with you, the average person who you need to sway over your side. That's way more important. And if you like atrophy your ability to engage with conflict, that's never going to be effective. Like you're never going to be able to talk to someone and actually advocate for positions. You're never going to be able to pull someone over to your side. And I've been talking for a long time. I'm sorry.
No, it's
It's all right.
I think you said a lot of good things. Yeah, you have to be able to engage with the other side. You have to be able to engage with radicals, right? Because
You got to be
that's-
able to defend your ideas.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's not gonna do much in the grand scheme, but it does a lot for you, then I think that collectively, in the long run, right? It has a net benefit, right? If talking to people like this, if challenging yourself and being able to engage with people who are radical, who wouldn't have been talking to you without you making that effort, yeah, there has to be a net benefit to that. So
I do also think there's like an added component here. Like we like to talk about like the rhetoric and being able to engage and like confront people as well, but it's this skill is also a little bit overstated in terms of the role it plays when you're having like these YouTube and Twitch debates, right? Because of course there's the element of it that is the most obvious part that it becomes easy to forget is that it's on stage, right? So it's not simply being able to argue and confront somebody, but it's being able to do it while being likable, charismatic, and schmoozy. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm gonna pick on Jangles here because I like him so much, but he did that just now. It's like he's like I'm not so good at this. Like he shows the humility in himself and stuff like that. He's very likable and charismatic when you do it. Like this is what all these content creators are doing, right? It's not merely a matter of rhetorical effectiveness. It's not merely a matter of like knowing everything, but it's also a matter of schmoozery. It's a matter of trying to impress people with your personality and trying to be an attractive person. Somebody's like, oh yeah, I want to be like that person. I could be like that. If I, you know what I mean? Like that's the core feeling that these content creators are trying to drive.
Sounds like we all agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jangles has nat 20 charisma.
I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people probably. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that like I'm not gonna say that he's unattractive.
Literally, my chat just keeps talking about him. It's ridiculous. Pepper
Bro, I
Daddy.
don't want to make it all about Jangles. You have other people that do this very well too. It's like anytime there's some kind of big drama, it's not about like a political position, but like a big drama about like all the communities in an uproar about like this person said this in DMs and something's getting lost. Everybody cares about nobody actually cares about like what people actually think. They care about like, oh, is this person kind of cringy the way they talk to somebody? Oh, is this person kind of like oh, was that person really based how they talked to that girl? You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of shit that these people actually get fucking excited about. And that's what you have to pay attention to if you actually care about this whole fucking grind of internet content.
Like in real life, no one says based and cringe, right? In real life, but
we
on the
acknowledge
internet we
that
do.
we're all
You know?
cringe. Sorry, I didn't mean
Well, no, I was just saying because like in real
Kill the
life,
part of you that
there's-
cringes.
you have like a sense if you're gonna talk to like a real person, you can tell, okay, this is like a brick wall MAGA person, whatever. You're never gonna turn them. But then there's a very large majority of people who probably don't even care about the issue you want to educate them on, but they'll listen. And if you're nice about it and you're not too like forceful, like you can start to like bend people in real life. At least from like my own experience, like it's very, like talking to real people in the real world is not anything like this. Like this is like the meanest possible platform. And like honestly, like Wildman will probably be like the next up there with 400 however many people streaming and getting popular like that. That's what people want to see, right? Honestly, they want to see the streaming and the drama and
Yeah,
that
it
stuff.
sells.
I feel
Right,
like
so-
there's a temporary black pill a lot of us take. Like, oh fuck. Like if I actually have a bunch of studies and facts and like if the actual truth is out there and it's undeniable, that's enough. But wait, it's not enough. People still don't believe it. And there's like that temporary black pill when you realize that actually you do have to be likable. There can be a charismatic person out there who can spread lies. But the temporary black pill stops when you realize, wait a second, I can be likable. Wait, hold on, I can fix that. I can work on my people skills. I can work on like rhetoric in the like traditional sense of the word. I can be likable and make jokes and like empathize with people and like show do whatever it takes to like talk to them where they're at. I can actually do that because that's a skill that can be developed. Just like learning the facts in the first place, that's half of it. And then wait a second, I can just also learn how to like present those facts because those are equally important. Like if you're a teacher, this is something that like comedy and teaching are like two of my like favorite pastimes. Not pastimes. Like one is an actual career that I do for money, and then one is, whatever. But it doesn't matter. Like that is a separate skill. Like knowing the information is like just half. It's not even all that important. The important thing is how do you convey that information? How can you like connect with your students in a way that they are actually going to engage with what you're talking about? And that's more important because it doesn't matter what the right answer is. It doesn't matter how much you know. It matters how well you're able to convey that information to other people. And that's a skill that you have to cultivate. I feel like some people have forgotten that. Like don't get black-pilled just because people don't believe in the truth, if they don't believe in climate change or systemic racism or what have you. Don't get black-pilled on that. Just recognize that that's an area of improvement that we all need to make. Get that rhetoric. Be funny. Be engaging. Like make them like you. That is a skill that you can develop. It doesn't matter if you think you're bad at it. Fuck, use that to your advantage. Use some self-deprecating humor. Like just talk to more people. That is a skill that can be developed. Just like anything else. Just like the knowledge in the first place.
You can
My
do
only
it, chat.
good skill.
One
Everybody
thing
can do it.
I do have to. I agree with that point, and on that note, I had to do something cringe, and I had to leave, so I'm very tired. So I was thank everyone for being
Thanks
here.
for
The
stopping
biggest
in,
cringe.
Natesuede. If you ever want to come back again, please, please do. It was a pleasure to have you. So
Don't invite him back.
Yeah, I
don't
gotta
like
pick
this
my
guy.
moments. Yeah, I gotta pick my moments. I think me and RJ, we pretty much get along on most issues, but maybe not the philosophy stuff. But yeah, it was great. So thanks everyone for having me on. You can follow me at Natesuede on Twitter or the Lakeview on YouTube, and yeah. So I'll
you're the Lakeview on Twitch or on
no
YouTube?
on YouTube.
Oh, okay. On Twitch, you're Natesuede.
No, this is my
Twitch.
Twitter.
Imagine having a Twitch.
Okay, I'll
you
link your
imagine?
Twitter. People are confused. Okay, well, I'm confused.
What even
Everyone
is a
else
Twitch?
confused.
What is a Twitch? Yeah, exactly.
twitter.com/.
Link your Twitcher.
Okay, there you go. Your link
yeah,
is
thanks.
in chat. Yeah.
And all right, everybody, have a good weekend and a good Labor Day weekend. I'm not sure if that's a thing in Canada, but it is in America. So, all right,
Bye.
Bye.
Keep forgetting I don't have to work on Monday.
I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
excited.
think I do too.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay.
If you come to America, you don't have to work.
Yeah, but then
am
I
in
lose
America.
my health insurance.
I am in
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry. So you have to
Stardust.
work on Monday
You
too.
don't have to work
Oh.
for one day.
Yeah, true.
I know I don't look like I'm American to you, okay, Azron, but I am.
No,
so.
what? That's not what I'm saying. I didn't realize that you had to work on Monday. So
Women
Okay.
aren't
I think
American.
I
That's
kind of
true.
I'm American normative. So I just kind of assume people are American until they tell me otherwise. So where I'm at.
I'm blocking you.
Yeah, trash take. Bye.
Cringe.
But you're not. Are you not American or are you normal?
Oh my fucking god, dude. Let me see. What is Wildman up to? I want to see this. Oh, I can't even.
And exactly when I hear someone's not straight, it comes up in conversation. Say, hey, are you
Thanks
dating
for
anyone? Do you have a boyfriend?
joining
Actually, I like girls.
the stream.
Okay. Are you dating anyone? Like, I'm just trying to get to know you. I'm not trying to say, you're straight, right? It's a fucking this SJW shit. It's like, why would you assume? Because I'm not
Thanks.
afraid to assume. I'm not
It
afraid to be
was
told I'm wrong.
Very
Unlike you. I'm not afraid to offend. Stardust, We're digging into some real shit here, Stardust. What are you thinking, Stardust? Where's your head at? Are you still streaming? You said it was cool to have me. I had fun. And I see that you and me have some things in common. That there's a little bit of Joker. There's a little bit of mischievous in you. Something tells me that you're a little bit twisted. Something tells me
Okay.
that you like
DNA and genes? Can you taste genes?
No one is actually a person. If all of us are just sitting at our like our desks, watching, just interacting with Twitch, and we're not experiencing that personhood, isn't it ethical then to take that person who has not experienced personhood because they just argue on Twitter all day? Isn't it ethical to eat them?
You know
And
what,
to
Nate?
say that I'm a random guy, I'm not a random guy. I'm a tier 1 gift sub. Because I'm the sense of humor, and I'm the sense of decency on this panel. I'm the one that people can relate to. I'm the one that young people look up to.
I don't know, like the
Because
novelty. The first thing that comes to your
I
fucking
understand where
brain
you're
is
coming
you
from.
never
Because
stop.
I've read the books that
thinking
you
about what
read.
it actually
I
matters.
understand.
What
And you
actually
got into
matters.
the first chapter and gave up.
Matter.
You read the
matter.
syllabus. I
You
read
don't
it
even
cover to
fucking
cover.
stop to think
I know fucking
about what-
Heidegger. You don't know Heidegger.
You don't know fucking shit about Heidegger, okay?
Or you know what? They probably want to raise future humans, like white humans in labs, right?
Who would vouch? Who would vouch? What would vouch talk about? What would you or Destiny or Relevant? Or you people have nothing to talk about. You need people like Lauren Southern to give you something to fucking talk about.
They tell me they're gay, I respect the hell out of that. But chances are I assume they're straight, just like I assume people's pronouns. It works.
Your grandma's
Yeah.
way cooler than mine was before she died.
My grandma
Now
was
she's cool as
awesome.
fuck.